What's up, guys? It's Cooper Webb, and you're listening to the MotoXpod.
Hey guys, what's up? This is Aaron Plessinger, and you guys are listening to the MotoXpod.
Save me from myself. My arms and legs are bound like an aging corpse from another world. I'll scream the truth 6 feet underground. Feel alive inside yourself. Watch your enemies dispel. If I can find a way to avoid this fate.
Well, it's Wednesday night, and it's another MotoXpod presented by Yamaha and Race Tech. Tonight, episode 403 features Monster Energy Kawasaki's Garrett Marchbanks, Racer X MX Sports Davey Coombs, and from FCP Factory Chassis Parts, Kris Coan-Palm is going to come on, talk a little bit about what FCP has going on. Plenty of stuff to get to. First things first, let's start this off with Yamaha Motor USA, who doesn't just build motorcycles, they engineer legends. From championship podiums to off-road trails, the YZ platform has defined dirt bike excellence for generations. Whether it's the dominance of the YZ450F, the YZ250F, winning Redbud once again with Cole Davies, another win, or the beloved YZ252 stroke, every YZ is built for riders who push harder, ride faster, and demand the best. So unleash victory and ride Yamaha. Visit YamahaMotorsports.com, or better yet, as I always tell you, go to your local dealership, check out all they have to offer. Maybe you'll pick up a YZ250F and I don't even know what their sport, a Tenere. What are their sport bikes called? They used to be like the YZ or Y.
The R's, like the R.
YFZ, I don't even remember.
They have
the R, like a R6. Is that what they still
R6, R1.
I should know that, but I don't. Yeah,
FC1,
go buy one of
FC1,
each
something like that.
and get a piano.
Yeah, get a piano.
Yeah, get a piano. Yamaha Motor USA, thanks to those guys for all they do for us. Yeah, in studio, as always, Scotty Thompson. How's it going, man?
What's going on, dude?
I don't even know.
Did you?
It has been a long couple of weeks.
Did you at least have a good fourth?
I worked.
You didn't see. You didn't get to.
No, I worked
overdo any
about
fireworks?
14 hours out in the sun.
Ooh.
We'll get to that with the Bring the Heat. I was
You
supposed to go
literally
riding that day,
literally
but I didn't. So
yeah.
we'll get to that.
The heat was literally brought.
It was. I worked.
It was really hot on
physically
Saturday
harder
too.
Than I have probably in 5 years.
And then on Sunday and Monday it was like 80 degrees.
Yeah, I worked all day Sunday too, pretty much. So
Yeah.
we'll get to that though. So 4th of July kind of was not great. I didn't even watch Redbud until Sunday night. I was, by the time I got, well, okay, let's wait till your ass off.
Well, my fourth was great.
I was about to ask you.
Okay, I got to see some cool fireworks. One of my buddies.
No such thing as cool fireworks.
Yeah, one of my buddies, he has like a pyro license, and he actually like has an electronic board to e-fire and like the radio frequencies, and sets up like a real show. So that was cool. It was cool
Where'd
to
you
see
do
that. At his house.
Oh,
yep.
You didn't have to work. I thought that's why you.
I worked that morning.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I was in time to enjoy the 250th 4th of July.
Yeah. Yep. Very cool. And of course, Redbud, I did get to watch it finally Sunday night. So we had some. Well, I want to get to the racing, but real quick, a couple things we're going to do first. Condolences to Dan Bromley and family.
Mm-hmm.
American flat track racer, 30 years old, passed away last week in Ohio. Pretty brutal crash at the race. Didn't make it. Passed away. I believe his funeral is actually going on right now, which, just so everybody knows, Davey Coombs, I pre-recorded last night because he was going to come on the show tonight, but he was going to the funeral, so obviously schedules conflicted a little bit. So we pre-recorded with Davey, and a heads up, it was about 42 minutes. We're going to play about 20 minutes of it tonight. Some really good stuff in there, and then I'm going to post it on YouTube and on the podcast feed as its own full feature later on. So, good stuff from him. But, yeah, definitely condolences. I know nothing really about American Flat Track or the Bromley family, but still always a tragedy.
Unfortunately, it rears its head in this sport more than we would like. It is part of it, and it's sad when it happens. And just hopefully the whole community gets together and, condolences to his family, prayers and thoughts, and
wife,
sad.
kids. Yep.
Sad, man.
On another note, I want to shout out MX Simulator Pro Nationals. They're firing off tonight on Start Your Systems YouTube channel at 8:30 Central, 6:30 Pacific. Don't miss the action as the best players in the world look to dethrone defending champion Seth Carr as the gates drop on 4 30-minute plus 2-lap motos with ever-changing conditions. You know, you guys know a little bit about the sim racing that's going on over there at Start Your Systems. Pretty cool stuff. Looks pretty damn realistic, at least in my opinion, compared to Excite Bike and the stuff from my generation. So
yeah, they come a little bit since then.
Even MX Unleashed, as I was a young adult, it still blows that stuff away. Last thing before we get into Redbud and our discussions, we've got Garrett coming up in about 10 minutes. We're going to do a Renthal giveaway tonight. So you guys hang in there, listen. When we get to the Renthal read, we're going to do chain and sprockets chain drive giveaway with Renthal.
It's nice.
I think it's going to be a fun little contest. And we will go through, and tonight during the FXR Picks, we will pick a winner of the casual giveaway. I said, just put your picks in and somebody's going to get it. And what I said is if you get it right and the 450 is right, if you do both, we get an extra prize. Nobody got any of it right.
Well, I told you that was going to happen.
Yeah. Well, but somebody's going to get a casual wear. We're going to draw out of a hat from the people that put in, and somebody's going to get an FXR casual package. Sweet. But okay, Redbud, did you enjoy the racing? Because I've kind of got varying thoughts from people on the race. Was it good racing, bad racing, or mediocre, or whatever? I thought it was pretty damn good. I enjoyed. There's things in it that I thought were awesome.
Yeah, I was it the most exciting race ever? No, but was it a good race? Yes. Was a little bit of a result of the crazy storm that they had on Friday? Yes. But did they recover well from it? Yes. Was the track of, maybe not the best for ultimate racing and passing and options and stuff? Yeah. So, I mean, that had played its part. But, I thought there was storylines. I thought there was good stuff. When the first race, Hunter catching Jet was awesome. Second race, Hunter catching Prado was awesome. 250 class had its moments.
And Joe was hauling ass at times.
Yeah. I guess I'm surprised to hear
Ryder D getting his first podium.
Yeah, I guess I'm a little bit surprised to hear people say that they didn't like it.
I don't know if anybody said they didn't like it. I think some people that I talked to were just kind of like, it was
So
another track was brutal.
Yeah, it looked tough. That one off camber section looked
that downhill where the back end was dancing around for everybody. Yeah, there's a couple times I was watching people go down that hill and I was like, oh, they're about nope. I guess they got it.
I don't think I'd make it through that.
Shit, man, I'd go full throttle.
No, you wouldn't.
I would. You don't know what I would do.
I've watched you ride, and you're like probably the most.
You don't know me.
You're probably one of the most hesitant riders I've seen. So
you're a liar. You're a liar.
Okay.
You didn't qualify for Loretta. Shut up.
No, I didn't. I sure didn't. You got me.
Shut up. Okay. This is a question I want to ask. And it did somewhat get brought up on LVK and maybe like the review show. I don't have a way to prove this, but I did put it in the group text Sunday night while I was watching the race before any of the podcasts came out. So this was an original idea for me. And I was sort of joking, but not joking. Not the group text you're in, so you don't know about this. But what I want to know is right now, is Hunter Lawrence the best rider in the world?
No.
Okay, so who is then? We would have said previously Jet Lawrence is. He's beating Jet pretty consistently. He's better than Jet right now.
Well, two things.
Probably at least equal to Lucas.
Is he in the conversation? Yes.
Okay.
Is he? I don't personally think so.
Okay.
Is he very close? Yes. He's also beating Jet right now, barely. Beating Jet, and sometimes Jet has beat him this year when Jet's basically on one leg. In a way.
That's the point right now.
But if you had to point blank put a gun to my head, who's the best racer right now, I would go with Lucas.
Okay. All right. And yeah, I guess we'll see at Southwick this weekend how that plays out a little bit. I don't know how I would be able to compare. I get what you're saying.
Is he very close? Is he 1B? Yeah, absolutely. Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
is he better than Jet right now? I think so. But
he's won 3 of the 5 rounds so far. He hasn't ever been off the podium. He's won 5 motos of 10.
Very impressed with him, for sure.
He's so much better than he was last year.
I think so.
And he was second place all the time last year. So second or third best rider in the world last year and made huge improvements.
If Jet wasn't ailed, then I don't think it'd be the same.
I'm not saying like if Jet was healthy right now. I'm saying as we are today at Redbud going into Southwick, Jet may never get better than he is right now. Like if let's say this problem lingers and keeps him from being the Jet we've seen.
Yeah,
Hunter right now is better than Jet. I'm not even saying I believe that Jet won't get better. I'm just
so then you're like, you'd be okay with handing him the title tomorrow.
Hunter?
Yeah.
Well, you mean if the series just ended, or are you saying best rider in the world?
Yeah, because I mean, like,
I can't.
So you don't think Jet is going to come back and wreck off some wins?
No, I didn't say that at all. That's what I'm.
If Hunter was the best racer, though, then that wouldn't.
Well, that's why I'm posing the question.
Okay.
I don't know. I would say at Redbud and going into Southwick right now, I think Hunter might be the best guy in the world. We will see how the sand race at Southwick goes. And you can't even really answer that unless Hunter were to go over to Europe and race Lucas there. They'd have to race a bunch of times. You can't just have a couple, Thunder Valley, Southwick, Ironman really doesn't tell you much. It's just a question. I'm not even.
I know. I get it.
There is no right answer.
There's not. To answer your question, it's between him and Sasha, and it's very close.
Him and Sasha?
I mean Lucas.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and look, on his day, Hurlings is still. Maybe,
and Hurlings has been almost just as good as Lucas with just a little bit bad luck.
Yeah. So just a thought. When I was watching him ride, again, Sunday night, laying in bed, falling asleep, trying to watch these motos, and I'm just watching some of the things Hunter's doing and how fast he caught Prado and how aggressive he was in Moto 1, like how he went around Jet.
Yeah, very.
I was like, okay,
yeah, he is.
He is a different rider than he was last year, and he was top 2 or 3
especially
riders.
Especially late in the motos. Yeah, he's very impressive.
Yeah, I mean, it's just an interesting question. Let us know what you guys think. Use that contact form on MotoXpod.com.
It's just email. It's an interesting logic because it's being like say I go eat at McDonald's, and at that point in time, I'm the only person in the restaurant or in the drive-thru. I'm the only person that ate McDonald's that day. Or right now, I'm the only person eating McDonald's.
Okay.
It's like this, like you're saying, like right now going right now going on Wednesday,
I mean, like
6 p.m. Yes,
through this season right now, like through the first 5 rounds, he overall has been the best rider in the U.S. Lucas has been the best rider overall in the MXGPs. So one of those two guys, in my opinion, is the best rider in the world right now.
You would have said that after High Point,
where I'm not taking that one race. I'm taking all 5 races,
but the first
Supercross and everything. Where he is at in his career right now, I think he might be the best rider in the world right now, overall. Almost won the Supercross championship. Is in line to win the outdoor championship. He's kicking ass.
Yeah, he's very very good.
The best guy currently racing.
Yeah,
he might not be. I don't know.
What do you think?
I could say more after Southwick. Like if Hunter goes out and waxes Lucas.
That's not right now.
No. Okay.
That's next week or this week or whatever week.
Because I haven't watched MXGP enough to say. I would say probably Lucas is the best.
Yeah, that's kind of where I fall.
But Hunter ain't far off.
No.
Now Hunter goes out and waxes Lucas. We'll rethink this next Wednesday night. I don't know. It's interesting. I got to get Garrett on the phone. The other topic I kind of want to touch on, we all saw the frustration levels after Moto 1 with Jet and Hunter. Feel like that might have been a little kink in the armor? The kind of the mental side or the emotional side, getting the best of them. It doesn't happen very often. Did you kind of see, I kind of, in my mind, I didn't ever see Jet doing that. Like I almost saw Jet as this kind of emotionally perfect dude.
I don't think it ultimately ended up being this, but I know we know how close they are as brothers.
Mm-hmm.
We know to me it's a very interesting dynamic because Jet wants Hunter to be successful too, and I think they both want each other to win, but at the same time they want to win themselves, and I think Jet. Like at first glance, I almost thought it was Jet being mad at Hunter for throwing away the win. He doesn't want to win that way.
Yeah, well, he definitely didn't.
Yes, so I think I don't know if it was like a pepper of that, a pepper of him not feeling right, a pepper of the bike not working, him mad that he let a gap go. I don't know if it was kind of a little bit of all of it, but my first take was he was kind of upset at Hunter kind of throwing away the race because he doesn't want to win that way.
I would say there probably is a small part of that. I would agree with you. It's a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
But the point, just the fact that he kind of lost his cool Yeah, I get it. The camera being in your face like that sucks. But
was that all after was the camera thing after the first Moto 2? I couldn't remember if it was separate.
No, it was after the first Moto when he won.
Because I knew he threw the goggles and all that.
Yeah,
and then helmet. And then right after that's when he did the camera.
Yeah.
Because I saw it happening, and then I didn't see the camera thing until I saw a clip of it later.
Yeah, it was all right.
I don't remember why I didn't see it all at once. But
all right, we're gonna try. I'm trying to call Garrett. He hasn't answered his text, but we'll see how that goes. Yeah, it's just interesting. But I think our first guest of the night's on the line, and he's going to be brought to you tonight by Guts Racing. Grip, control, and confidence. Elevate your ride with Guts Racing seat covers. Trusted by top pros and everyday riders alike. Designed for maximum traction and durability, Guts seat covers keep you locked in when the track gets rough and the stakes get high. So visit gutsracing.com. Tonight, Guts Racing brings us from the Monster Energy Kawasaki team, Garrett Marchbanks. What's up, Garrett?
Hey, what's going on?
Oh, man, we're just sitting here talking about Red Bud and Pro Nationals and all that stuff you're probably tired of talking about every day.
Oh, no, I love it. No, it's good stuff.
Well, then, let me ask you this right off the bat. I feel so far in 2026, this has been your strongest season of your career. Very consistent, looking good on the 450. What do you feel, and you may feel I'm wrong, I don't know, but what do you feel has been the biggest difference this season?
Just, the consistency of the past couple of years. I just feel like last year was a good momentum boost, staying consistent, staying healthy, things like that. I just feel like that translated over to this year, and I just feel like the endurance side of things is really playing a big role as well.
Do you feel a lot of that just comes from maturity and you've done this for so long that now you kind of know when to back it off, when to be smart, when to not push so hard?
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, that was one thing Brock and I really talked about this year during outdoors after, I think it was, Hangtown. Just kind of my pushing marks during the moto. Sometimes I kind of get carried away and just try to sprint the whole time and instead just try to manage a little bit better and, find my points of the race, when to sprint and when not to sprint. So, so since then, that's something we've really worked on, and it seems like it's been helping so far.
Over the years, your starts obviously have been kind of the biggest thing that you've struggled with. So let's not even talk about that right now. Let's not talk about that. But what is another thing that like you really need to work on to get the next step where like you're not far off RJ, but to get to that next group, there's a couple things that need to fall into place. What would those be?
Well, obviously a little bit better start. Just, that's just it's obvious. Just being up there in the front, the first couple laps. That's one thing I've really noticed is, the group, these guys are super fast. I feel like that would help a lot, and just finding a little bit more speed at certain points of the race and just being more consistent through the motos.
Okay, so if you had a genie in the bottle and you got one wish, I guess it doesn't even have to be racing, but I want to pertain to the racing, but what would you ask that genie to do for you for your performance?
I don't know. I think if it was anything, it obviously have better starts, but honestly, just to be able to, I guess, bulldog the whole time.
Okay. All right. Good answer.
Yeah. It's kind of, Garrett, you kind of do ride like that.
He wants to do it the whole time.
The whole time. Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah. Not get blown up.
Garrett, so, you've been a little bit vocal this season about some of the track conditions and how they've played out based off of what happened on Friday and the way the track turned out Saturday. What's your report for Red Bud?
I thought they did a great job. I truly think it helped getting some of the mulch and certain stuff off the track that they keep adding. And some of the original dirt was able to kind of come back up. So I think for me, what I noticed is the ruts held up better and they actually developed better instead of kind of pushing and blowing out so much. But no, I thought they did a good job. They got the track as good as they could. And by the first moto, it turned out really good.
On TV that we've heard, Matt has talked about it a bunch on his shows. And I think Lewis talked about it on his shows, that one downhill off camera with all the ruts going wishy-washy. That looks scary as hell, Garrett.
Yeah, it was definitely gnarly. I really enjoyed it. That's
of course you did.
For me, that's how I think outdoors should be. It helps slow the tracks down. Doesn't make it so high speed. But yeah, no, that's stuff that I would say my age group and before me grew up racing on, and just raced on it a lot growing up as amateurs and pros. And I just feel like that was the first time I've seen that in a long time. So it was really fun to race on again.
Yeah, it definitely is kind of cool to watch it for sure, to see what you guys can do. Because there was a couple shots of guys going down that with Hunter or Cooper, and the back end would step out, and my heart rate would kind of raise up. I was like, oh, shit. And then it was like, yeah, nothing to you guys. Just no problem, man. That's pretty cool. Cool to watch. Let me ask you this. Over the last few years, you've bounced up to 450 here and there, but kind of trying to find your place. Do you feel that you've gotten to a spot in your career where you're not trying to prove yourself, that you prove to anybody that you belong, like you know who you are now?
Yeah, no, I mean, for me, it's been kind of that journey for a long time. I'd say the last 5 years is trying to prove I'm a lights guy or a 450 guy. And I think for a long time I was a main 250 guy. And after a while, just the older I got and the bigger I got, it made it super hard to race some of the kids that were, 18, 19, 20 years old that were, 130, 160 pounds when I was 180, 190 since I was basically 17. So once I got to be 23 and raced lights last year, I kind of knew, what held me back a lot was starts from my size. And I was like, man, things really got to go my way to put myself in a title contention on the lights bike, at least for outdoors. Supercross, it was different. I think I just struggled a bit, was trying to get my confidence back and get things going last year. But I just feel like once I won a 450 this year and got my feet wet in Supercross and figured some things out and started clicking off top 10s and some top 7s, and then this year in outdoors, I really realized all right, my time is now for the 450, and I'm good with that.
Okay. Yeah, I like that. Points wise, again, we're only halfway technically, but I would say fifth place, you and RJ is probably most likely. Like to get up into fourth, it might be a little out of reach at this point. Does that one other spot matter that much to you? Does it mean much if you were to get to fifth?
Yeah, I mean, I've gotten 6th overall in the outdoor series in 23. Oh, obviously, it wasn't very stacked that year, but no, I really want to be top 5. That's a really good goal for me with my first full 450 year under my belt. But yeah, I mean, the goal is to be top 5 this year in outdoors. But I'd really love to be 3 to 5. I know it's a long shot, but last year, same thing. I sat 3rd to 5th most of the season until about Washougal, and I stayed 3rd the rest of the time. So, I feel like us 3 to 6 guys are all really fast. Any given weekend, we could switch spots. So, I mean, for me, I think top 5 would be huge, though.
Good.
Yeah, it does seem like there's a little bit of there's the front battle, those first 4, and then that Marchbanks. Well, unfortunately, Plessinger's out, but the Marchbanks, Hampshire, that battle's been really good.
Yeah.
I did notice at one point in the race, I think it was in Moto 2, Garrett, you were behind Antonio Caroli. He's making his visit. Obviously, at this point in y'all's careers, you're going to be better than him, and you were going to pass him. But it had to have been a little bit of a shell shock, or just kind of a cool moment, like, hey, I'm passing Antonio Caroli. Or did you even notice that you were passing him?
No, I didn't even realize. If I'm being
really honest,
I get so zoned in the first 5 laps to get to the front and not let those guys get too far away. Because, I mean, once you get about 4, 5, 6 rounds in, everyone kind of finds their place and they take off within the first 4 or 5 laps. And for me, I was just trying to pass as many guys as I could the first few laps. And yeah, No, I honestly didn't even know he started in front of me.
Fair enough. Do you have different ways that you try to battle certain guys? Like I know the one race where you kind of stayed your lines and ate roost the whole time behind Prado, or other guys. Do you find yourself changing how you battle certain guys, or is it just the same all the way through?
You know, on the lights days, I did a lot of moving outside, inside, whatever I could do. This year, with some of the tracks, the outsides haven't been as good for some reason. So it's been kind of hard to move around. And so like Denver was kind of hard. Wasn't a lot of passing lanes. It was pretty, you know, you had 4 or 5 ruts, but there was really only one good line at Thunder Valley this year. So for me, it was kind of hoping to get close enough and hope that Jorge would make a mistake. And whenever I would move lines, I would lose a second and a half. So that was pretty hard. This past weekend, you know, I kind of had my lines, had some option lines when I look on the sight lap, be like, okay, pass here, don't go here. It's super deep. It's like 3 feet deep there. So yeah, like, I mean, I had some options, but once you kind of get to that 5th place spot, everyone knows the good lines, and it gets super tough and stingy to find stuff. So, yeah, this weekend, it kind of felt like I was in my own little race. RJ rode really well. He would kind of just get enough of a gap, about 5 seconds, to where we would just kind of sit there the whole time. So yeah, it was kind of a weird weekend for me on trying to find lines to pass guys.
Yeah, that's that I've heard that a lot, Scotty, about just some of the lines. The fast lines are the fast lines, and sometimes you got to be patient at times.
Well, you know, and you're in the premier class now. Like those guys are they're gonna fight the fast line.
Yeah, they're gonna figure it out. Listen, first full season on the 450 with Monster Energy Kawasaki. There was a little bit of noise, a little bit of background noise around the team that might have been distracting early on. I'm not sure if you were you able to push that outside of your, you know, where you didn't notice it or early on in the season, or at first was it a little bit of a distraction and you kind of got past it with, you know, all the stuff going on with Chase? Were you able to just block that out?
No, it was fine.
Okay.
No, I mean, it's been a topic that's been brought up a lot, for me. Yeah, it's just one of those things, you know, guys go through things, they go through tough times in their career, and, you know, he's just struggling a little bit, and, you know, that's part of it. It sucks to see guys go through that. You know, I've been there in the frustration and trying to figure things out, but yeah, no, for me, I tried to be there for him, see if there's anything I can do. But no, it's just part of it. For me, I just learned to do my thing, do my job, and stay in my lane.
Okay. Yeah, makes sense.
I do think that you've handled it very well so far. Because, I mean, obviously there's going to be some, with the way it's gone with him, and there's going to be some backlash around everything. And I think that you've kind of played the role very well.
Yeah, and honestly,
thank you.
Done good things made Kawasaki look good, right? I mean, you're getting good results, and the bike looks good under you. So, yeah, very, very positive there. Scotty, I've got a couple Moto listener questions for him, and then I want to talk about Aiden Kiefer.
Yep.
And I want to ask him a little bit about hunting. So I'm going to get away from racing in a minute, unless you have anything else.
No, I'm good. Go ahead.
Okay, let's do a couple of these listener questions, and we'll get to some more fun topics. Let's see here. I'm kind of going through. This is from Aston139 on Instagram. Garrett, is there any MXGP track, past or present, that you would like to go race?
MXGP?
Yeah.
I don't watch it. So, I have no idea what I would want to go race. I'm just trying to think. I know the track that they just raced the other weekend, that looked all red clay. That one looked pretty fun. So, yeah, I guess that one.
And then Matterley Basin's a big one where we were over there for MXDN a couple years ago. That's a really cool track. Yeah. And I don't know if you love the sand, there's Assen and what's the other one? Lommel, yeah, but I'll stay away, man. I'll just stay here in the U.S.
It may actually not even be that fun to ride it, but the one that either looks the coolest to me is Majora.
Majora, yeah.
Majora, yeah. However you want to say it.
All right. This is from Jason Murph _3. He is the owner of Grill Your Ass Off. Do you know Grill Your Ass Off, Garrett?
I don't.
Okay, first of all, Grill Your Ass Off they sponsor the show, but they're legitimately one of the best seasoning companies. They have jerky, they have condiments, and Jason, the owner, he's a vet, military vet, and a motocross rider, and he wants to know when you're going to start using Grill Your Ass Off products. So we're going to get you hooked up.
All right. Yeah, no, that'd be awesome. I always cook a bunch of red meat and chicken and stuff, so that'd be great.
Yeah, I promise you, Jason, to hook you up. He hooked up Daxon Bennett because Daxon came on the show talking about how he likes to cook, so he sent him a care package. So we'll get you in, man. We did a taste test on here a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, Garrett, have you ever thought to season bacon?
No.
Me neither. Dark changed my ways.
Yeah, well, that Heather Kiefer is the one that taught me that. So yeah, they have a pork seasoning called Infidel, and she would put a little bit on the bacon when I was staying at their house. And I was like, holy shit, this is bacon on steroids.
Yeah, I didn't know you could do that. I didn't know that was legal.
I'm gonna get you hooked up, Garrett, but we'll do that later.
All right, perfect.
All right, Garrett Marchbanks tonight brought to you by Guts Racing. Yeah, Aiden Kiefer went pro. You know, you've spent some time with him. He rode out there at the Kawasaki test track a bit. You know, Brock helps him out. What do we need to do to help our buddy out? What's he need to do?
You know, I have a lot of motivational talks with them. You know, growing up with Phil and then being around Brock, I've definitely, you know, seen and heard, you know, the talks. And for me, I've talked to him quite a bit, even during the break. I felt bad. There was one day, I think he called me just just talk and BS on my drive home. And it more turned into a pretty big conversation. So no, for me, I just think, you know, a little bit of speed, starting up front a little more. I know he's a great starter. But yeah, I mean, he'll find his way. It's a tough class right now. And yeah, for him, he'll figure it out.
Yeah. Listen, he and Chris and Heather do a little Sunday night podcast to wrap up his weekend every week. They call it Summer School. And he kind of admitted last week after that he gets kind of in his head, you know, when he's getting lapped, and he'll kind of like try to get out of the way, or it sounds like a little bit of it's mental, not have enough confidence just to go out there and push. And I do think when these kids come into the pro ranks, you've been there, when you're young, it's a lot. You get thrown into the deep end, and it's not easy. And he hasn't raced that much leading up to this pro debut.
Yeah, no, it's definitely tough. You know, I know he's got good fitness. He rides a lot, so he's got that underneath him.
Yeah.
So, I mean, for me, that has been one thing I've tried to work with him, is just mental stuff, because I've definitely been there a lot in my career. And so, yeah, I've just been trying to give him advice and help him out. And, yeah, try to give him the motivational pep talks my dad once gave me. So
I like it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Well, he is officially my mechanic for Loretta's, so I don't know how that's going to go.
So,
yeah, hopefully there might be a DNF, but hopefully not.
I think I'll be doing the work. He'll just be setting the whole shot device probably.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah,
that sounds like Aiden.
It sounds like we have like a circle of life. We have like Phil to Garrett, Garrett to Aiden, Aiden, Chris back. I don't know. It's kind of funny. It's
a lot of good knowledge though, having that group in his corner. I like that. That's
sure.
Yeah. How about Phil at Loretta's? We got Phil versus Zacho, and who else is in it? I think there's one other.
Weimer?
Yeah, Weimer. Who do you got for Loretta's? Those three.
Oh, I have no idea.
I think Weimer.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't watched Jake ride in a while, but I heard he's been riding really good. So, I mean, it's kind of a toss-up. Yeah, I don't know. Zacho's good. All those guys are good. I mean, I watched Zacho ride a few months back before the first outdoor round, and he was still ripping. So,
of course.
Yeah, I mean, it just depends. I mean, Phil with his good starts and just staying steady. I mean, hell, he could win going 3-3-3, or he'll go 3-3-3 for 8th. So who knows?
Right. Will you come out to check it out, or are you going to stay home?
No, I ain't going back to Loretta's. I'm staying unless the team tells me to come out. Yeah. But no, I'm staying home.
All right.
Well, speaking of off-season races, I know Cowie predominantly doesn't go, but you're kind of riding yourself into the conversation to maybe represent the U.S. in the nations. Is that something that has even been mentioned, that you've thought about? Could it even be possible? Would you do it? All of the above.
Yeah, I mean, that's something I've been dreaming of doing since I was a little kid, you know, and, man, first year doing all the races, it was definitely something that got brought up a little while ago. And for me, I was like, man, that's a lot of racing. You know, I like my time off to go home and fish, but you know, to represent USA, it'd definitely be something I'd love to do.
Yeah, Kawasaki not generally known for doing it, but yeah, who knows?
Never say never.
Go ahead, you can ask the question from the chat.
Oh, okay. Everybody's in the chat just wanting to know if you've rode with Tondal at all. If he's
hasn't been confirmed yet. So
yeah, exactly. That's why I didn't want to ask it. That's why I texted you. But you know,
I mean, I don't know how private it is,
exactly.
so I can't really say. I don't really feel like getting in trouble.
That's fair.
So
fair enough.
Good.
Sorry, I even brought it up.
No, it's fine. It's a question people want to know, and Mathis is a lot have said he thinks it's going to happen, and usually when Steve puts something like that out, he kind of has pretty good information. So, and Lewis has talked about it a little bit of it being a possibility. All right, last question for you before we let you go. Hunting, man. I know that's one of your big things that you get to get away. I want a good hunting story. Maybe you went out, you got lost in the woods. I don't know. Give me something good.
Oh man.
I don't want just sitting in a tree stand waiting for a deer to walk. I want like you hike the mountains.
I don't do the tree stand stuff.
Good.
No, we do a lot of hiking. I mean, the last 2 years I haven't gone out at all hardly. It's just the long seasons and everything. It's been pretty slow, and you know, I just come to realize the amount of scouting you got to do. It's just a lot. So, no, I mean, story wise, I'd say heck, when I was like 12 or 13, my dad would take me out, and for him to get me in shape or stay in shape, he would throw, you know, his backpack, my backpack on me, and then both rifles, and yeah, we would just climb up the mountains, and yeah, I mean, he would just wear me out, and we'd hike miles and miles until I'd just pass out on the trail and fall asleep, and he would be sitting there scouting. So yeah, awesome. I mean we had that. We had another one that was pretty gnarly. I mean, I was like 9 or 10 hiking through I don't know where it was in Utah, but it was a gnarly storm, you know, 15 degrees, might even been 0. But yeah, he was hiking me through. He likes to work me pretty hard to stay me in shape during hunting. And yeah, heck, the one time we got so far up in the mountains, hiking through 3.5 feet of snow, I had a asthma attack.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so that was pretty gnarly to have and hike that out like 9, 10 years old. So yeah, I've definitely had some close ones. I mean, back in the day too, like we did a hiking / hunting trip, and with some buddies, we climbed up to this one summit that was like 12,000 feet up in the Uintas. And yeah, we had the gnarly storm came through, and we had the haul butt back down to camp, forgot all of our jackets. And if we would have gone the way we came through, it would have taken an hour and a half. But if we dropped straight down the summit, it was, 45 minutes. Well, the front of this mountain was pure ice snow. So we sent it down, it about died multiple times. My buddy's finger got split open because we fell down the ice and the rocks. And yeah, it was one of those trips you had to be there to witness it. But yeah, there's multiple trips I've done with my buddies where it was like, yeah, we probably should have died or gotten really hurt on that trip, but part of it.
That's awesome. That's what I wanted, man. That woke Garrett up a little bit. Like,
there you go. You got it.
We talk about motocross every day, so that's good stuff, Garrett.
No, it's fun. I love the hunting side, but actually what I've turned to now is bass fishing. Bought a bass boat and stuff, so that's kind of my new getaway is bass fishing now in the off season.
Right on. Yeah, I know Aiden mentioned fishing with you, I think, on that podcast I was talking about with Chris and Heather. What's that?
Well, I was saying he was teammates with Levi, so I'm sure they fished.
Yeah. Levi likes to do that too.
Mookie and
I want to go with them sometime, so I just got to find some time to do it.
Yeah, you need to get on that Mookie fishing deal.
He's an FXR athlete.
I know. He needs to get some. You get some. Have you gotten some fishing gear from them?
Oh yeah, no, I've got tons of it now. So they hooked me up during the break, so I'm pretty pumped about it. So I'm excited to use it when I head home this off season.
Garrett, Milt, and Brad and Connor are hooking me up with sublimated gear for Loretta's, man. I'm like professional.
Heck yeah, no, it's the best stuff. I love their stuff. It's super good and vented, so it works good.
I asked the boys, I said, well, what does my bonus look like for 35th or worse? Because that's probably where I'll be in the 50 class is like 35th. That's actually my goal, man. If I could be top 35, I'm stoked.
Just beat the DNFs.
Just the fact that I even qualified, Garrett, was like, I'm borderline on those guys. Like, literally, man, I have to race Kris, and I have to race Ezra Lusk, and I am not at that level.
Don't worry about those guys. Just race your own race.
Yeah, but I asked what my bonus would be, and they're just like, yeah, chill down, man.
No, I don't know about that. You might be owing them money.
You're probably right. They're going to make me pay for the sublimation. Garrett, funny. Thanks, man. This has been a real pleasure. Brought to you tonight by Guts Racing. Thanks for doing this, man.
Yeah, no, thank you for having me. It's always a good time.
Absolutely. Kick ass at Southwick this weekend, man.
Will do. Thank you.
All right, we'll see you. Bye. That is Garrett Marchbanks, again, brought to you by Guts Racing. Taking care of me with my great gray seat cover. I can't wait to get that bike together and let everybody see it.
I was gonna say it is interesting that he's riding the capability to be the third Donations guy, but since Cowie's never gone, it kind of. I hope maybe I don't know. Do you think if he does end up being like that guy, like he's earned the spot to be the third place guy, do you think it would help kind of fix the rebranding of Cowie a little bit? Like, I definitely, to answer your question, I think it's kind of be worth it for them, right? The image of Kawasaki would definitely go up. Look, we sent somebody Donations this year, it's happened with this. That would be cool. I don't think they're going to do it. Right now, like listening to the other shows talk and stuff, you're looking at, if Hayden says yes, obviously he's probably the number one. If he comes back, number two. Ifs and buts of candy and nuts. Justin Cooper's a good possibility. But you can't say that Marchbanks isn't riding himself. Him and RJ are both riding themselves to be in the conversation. Yeah, but RJ said he wouldn't do it, so RJ's out. He's not going to do it because he's going to do a new bike, new team. Yeah. So he's not going to do it. So I don't know. I think he should be considered. That's all I'm saying. I fully agree. I mean, I think they would offer it to him, but whether the team says yes or no, who knows? Let's do X brand. And just to clarify, Cowie has gone to Nations before, but it's been a recent thing where they haven't. Yeah, they have not wanted to do it over the last few years when it's out of the country. Okay, let's do X brand emails, and then we'll do Grill Your Ass Off, Bring the Heat, and then we'll play the Davey Coombs interview. So, see clear and ride fearless with X brand goggles. Vision is your advantage. Engineered for clarity, comfort, and durability, X brand goggles keep your focus sharp through roost, rain, ruts, and more. Trusted by champions, built for every rider. With crystal clear optics and all-day comfort, X brand is your best choice. EKSbrand.com. Visit them today. See all they have to offer. Get you hooked up. I just got a new shipment in for my Loretta stuff. My goggles are all prepped and ready to go. I'm a month out, and I already got you already got the tear-offs on and everything? Actually. Yeah. I got my roll-offs all ready just in case. I got everything set. What do they say, Loretta's? You're going to have one at the crack of dawn, you're going to have one in the mud, and one when the track is beat and it's hot. Yeah, well, in the Davey interview from last night, he talks about that. You're going to have one mud race, you're going to have this and that. So you guys will hear that if you listen to tonight. That part of it actually might be in part 2, so you'll have to listen tomorrow or the next day. But coming soon to a theater near you. Also, speaking of Loretta's, I told you this. I don't want to say what this says, but thanks to Patched MX for hooking me up with a couple butt patches that I will debut at Loretta's. I'm going to go have those put on at the end of the week. They're pretty cool. Yeah, those are good. I'm not ready. I don't want to. I kind of want to. I don't know. I don't think anybody really cares, but I kind of want to keep the bike the way it's going to look a little bit secret. Yeah, and all the gear. Yeah, you got to have the reveal hype. Yeah. Maybe I can get like Tom's Renee to do like this real cool video. Because what would be you sending a picture of it in your garage wouldn't do anything, but you sending a picture with the track in the background. Now we're talking. Yeah. Get some millions of views. My Loretta's debut should blow anything away on Deegan's YouTube channel. Should just destroy it. Don't you think? You weren't listening to me. No, I'm sorry. I said my Loretta's debut should blow anything away Hayden Deegan's ever done on his channel, right? Yes. Yeah. Why would it not? I don't see how it would even be close. I don't either. X brand emails. Let's do these real quick. This is from Phil Smeltzer. Phil, always contributing. I don't think fans were complaining about Jet and Hunter cussing and yelling. For what these guys do, they deserve to pop off sometimes when they get off the track, even 40th place. This sport is so gnarly that most people don't have a clue what happens behind the scenes.
This fake industry TV gatekeeping needs to go, and the sport would become so popular. Just the mental battle on turning life-threatening fear off in your head and going for it is hard to comprehend, and I've been to war 3 times. I get it in a different way. Sorry, that's my bring the heat. Well, I should have saved that for bring the heat. Sorry about that. I mean, I have heard people say that there's been some response where people were mad they were cussing, but I haven't seen any of that.
I mean, go watch an NFL game. When they break the huddle, you hear it all the time.
Like, they apologize for the language just because they kind of have to, but sorry, Phil, I haven't really noticed any gatekeeping, honestly, man. I do kind of feel like they needed to get the camera out of their face after a few moments, but yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen any complaining about it, so I agree with him on that point, but I don't know that MX Sports and Feld or Peacock or anybody is really trying to make the narrative something other than anything different. I haven't noticed that.
Yeah.
Of course, again, I didn't watch till Sunday night, and I didn't really look at any social media for like 3 days because of what we'll talk about and when we get to Grow Your Heat. So maybe I missed something. Phil may know more than I do. But I didn't see anything that I thought like they were kind of trying to control the narrative. I agree it's a gnarly sport. I agree the emotions. I like to see the emotions.
Yeah.
I want to see that stuff. I don't really care about cussing. Like, to me, there's no such thing as bad words anyway. It's just words. You make it what you make it.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't ask any of that, so I don't know why I'm saying it. But the point is, I like to see it. I think they should show it. And, yeah, keep it flowing. Do you agree?
Yeah. I mean, like,
okay, cool.
When the camera goes over there, after they haven't even half the time they're wiping drool and dirt off their face. Like, what do you expect to get? Like,
you're gonna get a negative response, or a heated response sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think the overall capturing that outweighs the possibility of maybe having to censor something.
Sure. All right, this comes from Instagram. This is from Matt and Nicole. Matt, are you sharing a freaking Instagram with your wife, bro? I hope your last name's Nicole.
A lot of people do that. What's wrong with that?
Nothing, man. He says, the way y'all set Scotty up on the top 5 was hilarious.
Yeah,
Everyone at work is looking at me crazy because I'm crying, laughing under this crane. The best top 5 yet.
TJ will be proud.
What are you talking about setting him up?
Okay.
That was real.
Me and I was actually a good friend and made true with my commitments to go ride with TJ as he was camping out at his new trail ranch, or whatever you want to call it.
Yep.
And was one of the things we talked about. He's like, I don't know if anybody else thought it was as funny as I did, but that was one of my TJ's favorite moments of the show. And so, yeah, this guy agrees, I guess.
Yeah. It was funny. I was cracking up.
You got me.
I was glad that we decided to do that. But again,
I felt like I was in like 6th grade or something.
I think yesterday while I was driving, I really, even though I bust your balls or TJ's balls and things, none of the things that I bust balls on actually annoy me.
I mean, fair.
So I don't really have.
It's not like I stay awake at night with those things bother me. But I mean, we had the list. I was trying to do the list.
Fair point. Okay, this is from Aston Lemoyne. Instagram comment. He says, I think this is mental. That so far this year in the overalls, it doesn't read properly.
Okay.
Let me try to figure out what he's trying to say here. I think this is mental that so far this year in the overalls, there's only been probably what it says on, but there's only been 2 riders to get in the middle of Lawrence brothers, that being Prado and Coonan. I mean, yeah, it is mental that those 2 brothers are that dominant
they're just
and
that
good. Hayden will get there. I think.
I
feel like he kind of was a step off this week from where he's been.
Yeah, this weekend was not on the same trajectory that he's been on.
It is truly mental that the 2 brothers and then the 2 brothers coming over this weekend, how good they are. Like it is a little mental when you think about that much talent between 2 brothers.
Yeah,
like they both got it. Damn.
That especially early in the race, as close as he's been to Prado gapping him in that first part of the second moto, was a little bit surprising to me.
Yeah,
but I mean, like to go from as far as he was back in the first moto to 10th that's a really good ride.
Yeah, no, it's pretty mental where those brothers are at right now, and kind of everybody's living in their world trying to keep up. So, Marco Philip, I don't know if it's Philippi or Philip.
Felipe.
It's Phillippe. Is that Felipe?
Felipe.
Okay, Felipe. What did I say, Philippi?
I don't know what you said.
Filthy Philippi. All right, Marco, sorry. Seems silly. I'm sure the teams would not care about the cost. Oh, I got to read the first part. Is there a reason behind the production frame rule? I feel like it would close the gap and make the series more competitive if they got rid of it. I did respond to him, but overall, the reason I believe is to keep the bikes the same as the bikes that we could go buy for the most part. So you're not modifying the frames. They're basically a stock frame that the general public can get. Whether I think that's smart or not, I don't really care personally. If they did allow them to modify the frames, I would be fine with that. I don't care. But also to keep costs down. So the privateers, the lower level teams, the budget doesn't get so far out of reach that it's not even fair.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of those guys talent-wise, can't compete either. So maybe it doesn't really matter. Like, I would be fine with it if they got rid of the production rule. I really would not care.
Yeah, I think, doesn't it make it more on the rider then? Because, there's kind of a little bit of limit.
Yeah, well, look at Chase and things that he's struggling to overcome. They could fix those problems. They're allowed to do certain things, and he's not overcoming it. Or any other struggles a rider has. Look, the guys at Husky have had problems for a while with. I don't know that RJ's ever been fully in love with the Husky. Maybe if they were allowed to do what the guys do in MXGP.
I thought he really liked the bike.
He likes it. I don't know if maybe I could be wrong. I'm just saying he certainly had problems in the early days of his Husky career. But yeah, I don't know. I think that's why. And I would be fine if they changed the rule. It wouldn't affect me at all.
Yeah. There's so many other things that they could change first.
Yeah. I don't think all of a sudden somebody that was 10th would be 5th or somebody that was 1st would be 10th.
Yeah.
I don't know that's going to change much other than cost. Okay, cool, man.
No, I agree.
Yeah, I think that's all the emails. Grill off, bring the heat. You want to do it? Or do you have it ready? No, you don't.
Yeah, I do.
Oh, do you?
If you're looking to grill a savory steak or bake a delicious chicken breast, make the perfect roast potatoes, or even fry bacon for breakfast, Grill Your Ass Off has a seasoning to elevate that experience. Jason Murph is a military veteran and motocross enthusiast, and his line of seasonings and sauces simply cannot be beat. On top of being astounding, every product sold helps support a true nonprofit or event, so visit grillyourassoff.com and use promo code DarksideMX3, all caps, to save 20%. You will not be disappointed. And put seasoning on your bacon.
I definitely will not.
I'm a believer in that.
Actually, I need to text Garrett and get his address to send it to Jason, but we'll do that in a minute.
Yeah, get him converted.
Yep. Okay, do you have a Bring the Heat? I've got 2.
Go ahead.
Okay, my first one.
I do have one, but go ahead.
My first one, and I may get roasted from some listeners for this. I had one before about people driving around with their dog in their lap. I also have an issue with people bringing their dogs, their emotional support animals or whatever, into public places.
There should be a bigger cap.
I don't want to deal with the damn animal in the store. Like your dog's walking by and sniffing me and trying to lick on me when I'm walking by. Or
real service animals don't do that.
If it's a seeing eye dog or a medical kind of thing, like a legit. This dude has what do you call it? Like Steve, our buddy Steve, has not convulsions. What do you call that? Seizures. Like they have dogs for that, right? That can sense that.
Yeah.
So if it's something like that, that's like life saving, cool. You're right. They don't act, but
there is a real difference between real service dogs and the ones that they just put a vest on so they can just take their dog with them.
When I see these people walking around and they have their car and their little puppy in the fucking baby seat or whatever, get out of here.
Does it have a service dog vest on it?
I don't even know. I don't care.
A real service dog wouldn't be sitting in the car.
Don't need the damn dog in the basket or walk in the store where I'm trying to get food.
What if it's going to tear up the car or tear up the house if they leave it?
Then don't have a dog. I don't know. Why do I got to deal with your animal in a public
how
place?
did a dog inconvenience you?
It didn't. I just don't. I just don't like. Okay. When I get on a plane and there's somebody next to me with a freaking cat in a carrier or a dog or whatever.
What if they're moving?
Ship that son.
Oh my God, bro!
Put it down below.
You're never gonna win the animal hater battle.
Oh no, I don't.
You hate animals.
I don't because
you do.
I felt bad when I found at work the other day there was a dead bird on the ground. I felt bad. I saw there's a dog that keeps coming up to where I work wanting food, and one of my coworkers.
If the bird wasn't dead, would you have rehabilitated it?
No.
Okay, then you hate animals.
I don't hate them. I don't want them to die. I just don't want to deal with them either. I don't like animals. It's not that I hate them, but I should not be inconvenienced by your animal.
Well, you just said you weren't getting inconvenienced.
That's true. Okay. All right. Here's my.
You're just bothered by it.
Yeah, that's actually true. Okay, fair. It's my bring the warmth.
Bring the warmth.
My bring the heat. I have a family friend who owns a rental property, and they rented this property to technically a family member, not blood, but a family member.
Okay.
This family member did not pay rent for a long time, owes them about $6,000, and destroyed the home. They got kicked out.
Doesn't sound like a very good family member.
Nope, they got kicked out. And my friend went over there, and the house was like, it was covered in dog pee and dog crap, and the walls were destroyed. The grass was overgrown. Trees were overgrown. Poison oak on all the fences. Just the house was destroyed. So we found this out Friday morning, and some other of their family was going to drive like 7 hours to come help try to get this house back in order over the weekend, because this friend is really a little bit older and couldn't do it all themselves. Mm-hmm. Okay. So I got called and was talking to my friend about this, and then I started feeling bad. So I was like, well, I can't very well go ride with TJ Saturday and have fun all day. I need to go help.
Yeah.
So that
such a good guy.
So I spent basically from 7 in the morning till literally I stopped at 6:30 at night, just working outside, cutting trees. I ripped up all the flooring, the laminate flooring. Under the laminate flooring, there's a plastic barrier, moisture barrier, like plastics put down above the OSB particle board. All this plastic was just pools of pee.
Jeez.
All throughout the house. Built-in cabinets that were built into
the walls. They just didn't clean up the dog pee and stuff?
I don't know, man. They just pissed everywhere, and it soaked through the floors, the wooden floors.
Jeez.
It smelled rancid. Built-in cabinets built into the walls of this house, like these huge bookshelves and stuff. They painted them jet black. You can't fix that. You can't strip it back down and restain it. It's just like the house is ruined. People are assholes. People suck.
Yeah.
That's kind of my bring the heat. Like what these people
and you're going to do that to a family member?
People helped you out.
Yeah.
Gave you a smoke a deal. Like, this is a big house. They could probably get close to $2,000.
They have like they have a whole show dedicated to like bad renters.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Like
I've never seen it, but that makes I believe
it's terrible how some people live.
It's just, it was really gut wrenching. And like my friend and their family was just really devastated. This house has been in the family a long time.
And they hadn't gone and checked on it. Like they didn't know.
They didn't realize it was like that. No. No, they don't like just stop by and no. They didn't know it was that bad. Like they knew the yard had gotten a little out of hand, but not. They didn't realize how bad it had gotten out of hand. It was incredible. The amount of trees I cut and poison oak I pulled out and like hauled multiple massive trailer loads off, like probably 6 to 7 trailer loads of brush. Took down the entire back fence that had gotten destroyed, and
that's good.
Panels, carried it all off.
Good training for Loretta's. So I'm sure it was hot.
I haven't worked that hard. I think I said that at the beginning in like probably 4 or 5 years. When I got home Saturday, I was completely
lucky. You didn't have like a heat stroke. It was hot as crap on Saturday.
It was very hot. Like everybody kind of kept.
Or is it part of it like this in the shade, or is it just open?
I mean, there was a couple spots when I was under the tree cutting stuff, but it was humid and I drank almost a full case of water, and I worked my ass off.
You're a good guy.
The other people in the family aren't quite in the shape I'm in, so I did a lot of. They were painting and they were helping pull the floor up inside, but they were inside for the most part.
Yeah.
And it's just it worked me. And then I went back Sunday and worked most of the day, and got the house where they can start.
At least it was a little bit cooler on Sunday.
It was, yeah. It was a lot though, but I guess the overall arching, idea of my bring the heat is just. People are assholes.
Yeah.
Why?
Degenerates.
Like, how would you live that way?
Yeah.
How do you go in that home? And I asked this question, and I don't know that anybody can answer this, but the smell was pungent.
Yeah.
Is that right? Pungent or pungent? Pungent, right?
Yeah.
Pungent. Like, if you live in that house and then you leave and you go into town and it's fresh air, do you not go back and be like, my God.
Was it like trashed out? Like trash everywhere and stuff?
They left like couches that were covered in just dog piss, and like that kind of stuff. Not like paper trash, but broken furniture, stuff like that.
Yeah.
All that had to be hauled off. I mean, I came home and I took a shower that night, and I went to bed early. I think I was asleep by 8:30. And Amber had been at her family's house, and she came over. She came home, and she told me the next day, she's like, I know you showered, but I could still smell it in the air on you.
Oh, wow.
I was like, yeah, it's just gross. Like, how do you live? But how do you live that way? Do you like?
I don't know.
Do they not smell it anymore? Even you would think you'd leave and have fresh air, and then you go back, and you'd be like, oh, that's horrible.
I've seen cases where like the people can't clean the dog. They can't physically take the dog outside. They can't clean it up, but they have the dog, and like it's just landmines and shit everywhere. Yeah,
I don't know. It's just people suck because the people that own this house, my friend, is like great people. They do stuff. They constantly do things for others.
Well, yeah,
and then they just get crapped on.
Fortunately, yeah. That's
all right. What's your bring the heat?
My bring the heat is we're getting a little bit overzealous with the air horns at races.
Okay.
It's to the point now.
Complaints on that.
It's to the point now where like we're not okay. So I get it. I'm a weirdo. This is a very niche situation for just me, but I obviously watch the races when they happen, and like I watch them. But I also like I go back and rewatch them for half purpose of catching something that maybe I missed, or I kind of just do it to go to sleep. Like I have to have like a white noise. So I usually do that, but I like having a little bit of the volume up to where I can kind of hear the commentators, kind of hear a little bit of things, but I just want to barely hear it. But I can't do that with these last couple of rounds because, and for whatever reason, like the TV crew needs to work on like maybe like get the mic. I don't know if they're right next to the mics or what, but like you can't even hear Weege like talking or a bike go by, but all you hear is bap, 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 a air horn going by. Like, I don't know, man. You can't hear people on the podium. Chainsaws going. Maybe I'm just old man yelling at the clouds.
No,
but like
it's High Point. That the one was right outside the booth.
Yeah,
that one was really bad. I didn't notice it as.
But like you would think that like
okay,
like last lap Hunter's about to win the race, air horn it up.
Sure.
But like it's just every lap, every corner, everybody that goes by. Yeah, how do you have it? How can you even afford that many air horns? Like I don't know. It's like it's not. I guess it's not like a real bring the heat. But yeah, it's just it's like okay, we get it. You have air horns. It's cool. It's Red Bud. We get it.
That's a good one. I like it. If you guys have a bring the heat, use the contact form on MotoXpod.com or use the email MotoXpodShow@gmail.com. Don't forget that Renthal contest is coming up. We're gonna announce that probably after the Kris Coan interview with FCP. We'll announce the Renthal one, and we'll announce the winner of the FXR casual wear. But that's all coming up. But use those emails or contact forms and send us your input on all these topics.
I do have another one. Let me see if I can pull it up so I can get the exact quote.
Okay. We need to get that Davey interview going pretty much because we got Kris coming up pretty quick.
Okay. Too. Okay. This was from one of our listeners. I love that you guys are in the chat. I love that you guys are involved. Appreciate all of that. Y'all keep coming back. Love having you. But one guy said, ask Marchbanks if he feels like he should sit out until Tomac comes back for that BS he pulled ruined outdoors. If that's seriously your take on the situation, I'm sorry, man, but you need some help. Like,
well, true, but
like you're gonna tell
Garrett that question either.
Obviously, I'm not gonna ask that, and for that to even like be your take on it, like Garrett shouldn't be able to ride because him and Tomac accidentally had a racing incident and collided.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, man. Like, I hope we don't lose you as a listener because I appreciate you doing it, but like, that's crazy.
Right. Well, I got a few questions on the Instagram question poll. That's like, I'm not going to ask that. Like, you can't ask.
Yeah.
Guys, I can't ask. I could ask those questions, but then our guests are not going to answer, and they're not going to come back on the show.
Or like, some of them were saying that Garrett has no balls for not answering the question. I'm like, dude, he can't answer that. So, like, no balls and keeping your job is the same thing. Like,
yeah, I hear you.
Yeah.
I hear you.
Y'all are crazy. Love you guys. It makes for great chat conversations. I'm here for it. Yeah. But come on now.
All right, so we're going to play the Davey Coombs interview coming up, and we touch on topics like coming into the pro motocross, well, I don't need to tell you everything, but there's some really good topics. The topics you're probably not going to hear, I can't remember exactly where I cut it, but we'll talk about like Loretta's, qualities, some riders who win Loretta's but don't make it. The pros have the future of Racer X, what he's most proud of in his career, maybe something he would have liked to have done differently. Those are some cool topics that we'll get to. You'll have to listen to, either tomorrow or the next day when I post it in full form. What's that? Don't
sell the part that you're about to show them. Don't sell them on the part that I'm going to
some ideas. Like those are cool topics.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. Anyway, all right, let's do this. So tonight, or last night when I recorded it, Davey's brought to you by Race Tech. You know all about Race Tech and their suspension and go valves, but did you also know that they are world-class engine builders? Building a reliable world-class engine requires a combination of state-of-the-art equipment and experienced, knowledgeable technicians. Race Tech provides quality, precision engine services using the best equipment and processes in the industry. Well known for supporting the fastest privateers, but did you know behind the scenes, some of the winningest factory teams also trust Race Tech for their industry-leading engine services. So you can find all that they have to offer at racetech.com. Tonight, Race Tech brings you Davey Coombs.
That brings you Davey Coombs.
All right, first guest of the night is going to be brought to you tonight by Race Tech. For over 40 years, Race Tech has been supplying the motorcycle industry with high-quality suspension components made right here in the USA. From modern to vintage, Race Tech is your go-to source for suspension performance. Visit racetech.com. Find your local service center. Hell, your local service tech is probably at the track with you right now. They'll get you taken care of. And don't forget about the suspension and engine seminars coming up November 7th through the 13th. All at racetech.com/seminars. Tonight, Race Tech brings us from Racer X and MX Sports, the legendary Davey Coombs. What's up, DC?
Hey, you do pretty good at sounding like you're not reading script.
Oh, that's good. I hope, because I definitely did not have it memorized. So, yeah, hopefully it didn't sound too bad. But, yeah.
Yeah, all good. Not legendary, but thanks for the intro.
Absolutely. Thanks for doing this, man. I'm really excited about this. So I want to get right into it. Right, we're almost technically halfway through the 2026 Pro Motocross Championship. It's been pretty exciting from my end. I really have been enjoying the battles. I want to talk to you just about the storylines coming into the season, though. A lot of hype around Hayden Deegan moving up, Hayden versus Jet. What did that look like from your end as the promoter with ticket sales and just the excitement around this season?
Well, anyone listening doesn't need any explanation who Hayden is and who Jet is. But man, to have two ascendant stars that are so good, so media savvy, so kind of opposite of each other, and one from America, one from Australia. I mean, we've been thinking about this for a few years, but I think it only really started to take shape last year when Hayden made major steps on the 250. And now, we're, like you said, 5 races into it, kind of the halfway point, and I think it's more than delivered. I think that the guy who has come out, that really surprised me is, of course, Hunter Lawrence.
Yeah.
Because I didn't really have him as the points leader at this point. But then again, I didn't have him as being the points leader in Supercross going into the last round. But yeah, Hayden and Jet have been exactly what everyone was promised. The crowds have turned out for him. The streaming numbers are fantastic. I think that the first 4 rounds were all record crowds for those rounds. Don't know about Redbud yet, because that Friday storm had to hurt a little bit.
Yeah.
And, with the exception of, some issues with Jet's ankle and some tip overs and mistakes by Hayden, I think it's playing out exactly as I thought it would. I think Hayden has gotten up to speed on the 450 probably even quicker than I thought he would.
I felt that way the first couple rounds, and I kind of almost feel like it's backed off, though, a little bit. Maybe that's just because Hunter has stepped it up so much. I feel Hayden, at least at Redbud, was a little off how good he was at the first few.
Well, Hayden's had trouble at Redbud before. I mean, I know it's where he won his first national, and don't forget that wasn't that long ago. Redbud is an incredibly difficult and technical track. And I think that the veteran in Hunter showed, and I also think that the MXGP experience of Jorge showed. And I think that Achilles heel that is Jet's foot kind of wreaked havoc on him as well. So
yep.
I wouldn't say that I was surprised. And you know, when you get down the first turn in the first moto, it kind of sets the tone for the day. I thought he rebounded nicely in the second moto. My bigger concern, and now this is me, on July 4th weekend, and after watching Team USA get smoked in World Cup, I worried that there was only one American on the podium.
Yeah.
And I think it's great in the sense that we're getting all the best riders in the world here now, or for the most part, and with more to come. However, we're all fanboys, and we want to see, our guys on top. And, Jet and Hunter are practically American. They've been here for so long, just like Kenny Roczen. But still, you want to see a kid that you've known since he was on 65s, up there on the box at our nation's, celebration of July 4th at Redbud. And man, if not for Ryder D, that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah. That actually leads me right into the next topic I want to ask you about. I mean, look, through all history, we've had riders from all over the world come to the U.S., whether it be Roger DeCoster, Jean-Michel Bale, Chad Reed, Ken Roczen, et cetera, et cetera. But right now, there is just an influx of Euros. And, I mean, we have Joe Shimoda, the Coonan's coming this weekend, Mikkel Harrop here. We've had rumors of Kai DeWolf coming. I don't think he is now. But it just seems like all the top riders in MXGP are at least coming here to dip their toes in the water. And I just think that really lends it shows how great your series really is.
Well, I think that you got to be fair and say that it's a combination of, Monster Energy Supercross and Pro Motocross, which of course now equals Monster Energy Super Motocross World Championship. The last 3 years since, this has come online, I think it's really been a big draw for people around the rest of the world. Also, the streaming package that, you can get and see these races all over the world live, that is helping as well. And, we just are lucky to have some really strong events throughout the Pro Motocross calendar. And, Supercross is just firing on all engines lately. The series was fantastic this year, even without Jet. So, I think it's a great development in the sense that we're getting to see some of these guys. And you know what? You didn't even mention the kid that I think is going to be the biggest surprise this weekend. There is no surprise with Lucas and Sasha. We know how fast the Coonans are. But there's a kid named Francisco Garcia coming over. He rides for, he's a Spaniard. He rides for Bud Kawasaki in the EMX championships. And I've been watching him because I watch all of the MXGP stuff on MXGPTV.com and CBS and all that. Excuse me. This kid's going to be good. And I think he's won the last 7 motos in a row of what is effectively their combine system, the races that run alongside the MXGP. And another Australian named Jake Cannon's coming with them.
Yeah.
So add the Coonan brothers, add the Bud Kawasaki guys, add that, Van Mooschik, who, did really well at Red Bud, considering some first turn crashes, and, let alone the guys who are here all the time. And we might just see the first national this weekend, Jamie, with no American on the podium.
It is possible. And yeah, Lewis Phillips was hyping up Garcia, so I knew he was coming. And yeah, you're right. But it really is. Look, I mean, we have the fans, the American fans who are, want to see only Americans on the podium. But honestly, at the end of the day, if we have great racing and great battling, and the fastest guys in the world are here, that's what that's what I care about the most.
Yeah, and I'll tell anyone, Jean-Michel Bale and Heikki Mikkola are on my all-time podium of motocross heroes. Mikkola because he was the winner of the first pro race I ever went to, and JMB because it was the first big story I think I ever did for Cycle News, and just to this day, I remain friends with John Michel. I love when we get international talent here, and what's changed from the 70s. You got to mention Pierre Karsmakers, who was the Flying Dutchman, who really became the first full-time transplant. Him and a Finnish rider named Peter Lampu, and then in the 80s we kind of forget about Jeff Leask, who paved the way for both Chad Reed and later on the Lawrence brothers to go from Australia to MXGP in Europe and then find a way to America. And I think that we all consider Chad one of the all-time greats in Supercross and motocross that we've ever had. More so Supercross, of course, but
yeah.
That was just the way his career worked out. And now to have a steady flow of Australians, Cole Davies is from New Zealand, like you said, Joe is from Japan, and then Ken Roxon, our Supercross champion, he's been here for a long time. He's naturalized, but he's a German.
Absolutely, yeah. Maybe one of my favorite stories of all time was him winning that title this year. I mean, I just don't know that I could have been any happier for somebody.
Yeah, there's a feature in the new issue of RaceWorks magazine that Weege penned. It's not out yet, but it's called Best Story Ever. And it is about, Kenny winning that Supercross championship and just, all of the things, from Suzuki being, down on their luck for so long to, Larry Brooks dealing with cancer to just, all the things that Kenny went through with the broken arms and whatnot and his health. I hated that someone had to lose that Supercross championship because I think that, you couldn't find two athletes that garner more respect currently than in the current lineup than Hunter and Kenny. But that's the way championships work. And, it feels like that's what's driving Hunter right now to get this one over his brother.
I agree. I 100% agree with you with that. To kind of finish up the MXG or the Euro talk with Americans, over the years, maybe every other year or so, we get a little rumor of, there could be a combined Pro Motocross National MXGP round in America. Do you see that as a possibility of happening anytime in the next 5 years?
I do. I 100% believe that it can happen. That's not a promise that it will happen, but we've formed a really good relationship with David Luongo and the whole crew at Infront. There's interest in bringing a Grand Prix back to the United States. The problem is it's hard to get the AMA-based riders to commit to another round, to especially a Grand Prix if they're not racing for the championship. And I've told this story before, and I happened to end up watching the Anaheim Supercross the year Davey Millsaps went on a Suzuki. And I was sitting with Eric and Sylvain Gabors and Mike Kelso from Rockstar. And Eric, we had a couple beers because they were there on vacation, and we couldn't get in the Knothole Club or press box or whatever it was, and so we just went in the stands and ended up buying a couple beers. And Eric said, "My dream is to have a race on the Citadel at Namur where one half is the AMA banners, the other half is the GP banners, and we get the 20 best riders from each series." And I was like, "Well, buddy, if that ever happens, we'll call it the Eric Gabors Cup." And,
I like it.
And but then unfortunately Eric passed.
Right.
And I told David Luongo when we started talking about this, seriously, in 2022 at the Redbud Motocross of Nations, that if we do this, that's what we're going to call it. And he was like 100%. So fingers crossed, Jamie. I hope we can get to work. We got to get the OEMs on board. MXGP has a different TV package than we do, but we have a lot of similar sponsors, namely Monster Energy, which would be a big driving force.
Of course.
And we also, I believe it should take place early in the summer so that, it doesn't really take a lot away from any championship chase down the line, whether it's for MXGP or Pro Motocross. So there's a lot of things that would need to happen, but all of them are doable.
I can't. I'm going to keep my fingers crossed, and I look forward to it. It'd be great.
I had said that, and David and I talked about this, that once we did a the Motocross of Nations together, which we did last year at Ironman, let's get that out of the way, and then let's get back to the drawing table.
Okay.
So we're kind of, and also the super motocross thing that we do with Feld Motorsports has been incredibly important, as we were talking about earlier. And we would want to make sure that it fits within the realm of SMX. So there's a lot of, chainsaws that juggle here, but they don't have chains and they're not too loud. So I think it's manageable.
Good. Another high point for me, at the very least, with this 2026 series is the WMX. I've been a big fan of getting the women back in prime time a little bit, getting some TV time. I just think they are underappreciated by some fans and deserve a lot of respect. And quite honestly, these girls have been kicking some butt this year. So, I really love having them back.
I do too, and I think that the lion's share of the credit, my sister Carrie was kind of the driving force behind let's do this, and then reaching out to Christina Denny to be the coordinator for the whole series. Those are two very smart, very hardworking, very moto rooted business people that have been able to really become leaders in this industry, and especially champions of women's motocross. That said, just as we were talking about how Jet and Hayden are these ascendant guys, we've got some amazingly talented and charismatic and media savvy girls, women that have just been, lights out with what they're doing on the racetrack. Lala and Charlie they're great together. They've got Lottie Van Drunen chasing after him now. Moto KK, and then the rookie at High Point who won on her 17th birthday, Mela Herrick. I watched her at Loretta Lynn's and had no idea she was going to be that good on a 250. Her first moto was a Cinderella ride, pardon the pun. Second moto, she went off on a stretcher, but fortunately was not injured, other than a pretty big Charlie horse, as I understand it. We have really good riders. The crowd has been responding. We've been able to fit them in along with the SMX Next events, the combines, by doing much of it on Friday and then giving them a moto in front of the big crowd on Saturday. And that was the problem years ago, was when we went from 2 motos to 1 moto beginning in 2009, it really made it, not 2 motos to 1 moto, sorry, 2 days to 1 day.
Yes.
When we went from a Saturday, Sunday program to Saturday only, that meant that there wasn't a lot of room for the women, especially, at that time when our TV package wasn't as strong as it was. There wasn't an ability to stream it like there is now. And we didn't have the buy-in from the girls, quite frankly, that we do now. And I think the last WMX of the previous incarnation only had 7 or 8 riders at the final round at Ironman. So it took some convincing with us, with my sister and some of the promoters to take this on. And then we found a really good formula to have 3 races in the beginning of the year, beginning of summer, 3 races at the end, lowers cost. It gives them a geographic balance, and it makes it affordable for the girls. And now they have a title sponsor, a presenting sponsor with Synchrony, thanks to Christina Denny and the folks at Feld. And they're getting a lot of love, and man, are they earning it. The racing's been fantastic.
Yeah, I honestly am a big fan of it. I think, you hear the guys go, oh, they're not as fast and blah, blah, blah. Dude, they'll kick my butt. I know that. They're very fast. I think that it won't be long. And I don't know if it'll be Lala, and I don't know if it'll be like Lottie Van Drunen, but we're going to see on the right day in the right, track, one of these women be fast enough to make the final 40 in actual qualifying, and not make it so, as someone that
that was whatever alternate or however it worked out. I mean, someone earning a position against the guys, that's coming.
Yeah, I think so. You mentioned SMX. This is year 4 of Super Motocross, Monster Energy Super Motocross. Do you feel like it's working?
Oh, 100%. It's, yeah. I mean, the proof is on the track. The proof is in Jet's garage and Hunter's garage. The proof is, in Ken Roxon's trophy room. The proof is in the barn dominium that the Deegans are building. It's the proof is in what you just said, Jamie, about all of the people coming here. It was a trickle every now and then, every year or so or whatever. Now the floodgates are open. And I think that because of the amount of racing we're doing, of the amount of bonuses that are available, the amount of coverage the guys are getting, and also the way the guys are able to market themselves. I know people always talk about like an F1 Drive to Survive kind of, show if we only had something like that. I really believe the Deegans is something like that. I really believe This Is Lawrence is part of that. I believe that Cooper Webb's, vlogs and those, just any of these guys, add them all up. And, that's how kids are consuming media. And I think they love seeing these guys off the track. They love seeing them on the track, and they're getting a lot of it now, more so than ever. And I think that Super Motocross, the SMX League, is driving that.
Yeah, that's actually a really good point. I didn't think about the vlogs being very similar to that. I mean, they're not all in one place at one time, but still.
And that's fine.
Yeah, it is.
The thing is, like, I know that NBC and Peacock are really pleased with what Super Motocross has become, because they like to tell us like how impressed they are at how sticky the viewer is that watches SMX. And by that they mean they're blown away by the fact that if someone will log in on Saturday morning and watch till Saturday night. They'll watch everything. They'll watch the race day live. They'll watch the all the time qualifying. They'll watch the press conference afterwards. They'll watch and that goes for Supercross too. Our fans are the best in the world, and I believe that the fan engagement that we are giving them, and not just the league, and not just Racer X, and not just what you're doing, or what Mathis is doing, or what Johnny Hopper is doing, or what Matty Burkeen, and on and on and on. You add it all up, and there's fan engagement from the time the race is over to the time it's you're going to the staging area the next week, and that's hugely important to grow in a sport. And we're all in this together. I say that all the time, but it's never been more true.
Well, Davey, thank you for your honesty. Thank you for your time, and thank you for everything you do, man. And I look forward to seeing you in a few weeks.
Hey, no worries. Good luck. Drink a lot of water.
Oh yeah.
And man, don't let reaching in that bucket to draw that starting chip out. Don't let that keep you up at night.
Davey, I'm honestly not stressed at all, dude. Because I feel like whatever happens from qualifying on from the regional, I'm just along for the ride, man.
We'll still just good luck and enjoy the ride.
Will do, Davey. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate you.
Thanks for having me on, and always a pleasure to bench race with people who love the sport as much as you do.
Of course. You be have a good trip on your vacation, and we'll see you soon.
All right. Bye.
See ya. And we should be back. I did just notice, Scotty, that the way I edited that ending, because I clipped it from the actual end, like I did it a little too soon because we were still talking about Loretta's, but we actually, for the guys that are listening live, don't know that we were talking about Loretta's, but that's okay. Great Davey Coombs interview. Our chat was just ate up with it, listening to it, enthralled.
Yeah.
All the details. Good stuff from our HCR crew. Somebody mentioned if I was going to have HCR graphics at Loretta's. I'm actually not.
You got to take the flag.
That's actually not a bad idea.
You got to take the flag, though.
Yeah, maybe I will. Maybe I'll hang it. Yeah, I'll hang it from Kiefer's truck. So,
what does Kiefer want us to be? The Moto Civilian Pod?
Civilian Moto Podcast.
Civilian Moto Pod.
All right, I'm going to exit out of the YouTube chat, so I'm not paying attention. TJ sent a text. Let's see. The pre-recorded interviews would be so much better if you did FaceTime. Yeah, man. Well, didn't work out that way.
Well, too bad he's not here to help out. So
he couldn't do FaceTime. He's probably not wrong. It wouldn't have been bad, but yeah, he was doing a bunch of stuff, moving around the office, he said. So, okay, let's do our Renthal read, and we'll talk about the Renthal giveaway, and we'll be getting Kris on here in a few minutes. Actually, can you do the – nope, you don't have the right one.
I have 2 of them.
Yeah, but I have in my own way of doing it. I cut some of it out and talk about some other stuff. So that's fine. Don't worry about it. When you think motocross handlebars, you think Renthal. Why? Because they're the best. Because they have some of the most championships of any other handlebar manufacturer on the planet. Teams like Honda HRC, Hep Suzuki, and many more trust Renthal, and they're probably going to win another title outdoors once again. And if you order $99 or more at renthal.com, you can get free shipping through their new direct-to-consumer shopping experience. So go get yourself a set of the 661 Kiefer-tested Eli Tomac bend, or if you like the twin wall, you can get the same bend in a 995. The lock-on grips are in. You want chains and sprockets for your bike, they got that. Yep. They have casual wear. They have mountain bike stuff. So much great products at renthal.com.
I put my new Renthal bars on my bike last night.
Yeah? Get them on?
Yep. It was a nice, cool evening, and I was like, I'm going to go ahead and do this because these opportunities aren't going to come very often. I got them on there. I'm so moto illiterate, bro. Like what I should have done is, like, I didn't even think about it. I just started. Well, I'm used to, like, old school too, like 2-strokes without, like, starting buttons and mappings and all this stuff. Like, you just take off a pair of bars and you put the new ones on.
Yeah.
Well, like, I should have taken a picture because, like, I took my old bars off, and then when I was putting the new ones on, I was like, the way I put the brake back on with the start ignition and the, like, I was like, this isn't right. Did these cords go in front of them? Did they go behind them? Sure. It took me. It was a little bit of. It was like there was definitely some times where I unbolted and bolted the same thing a few times trying to.
Okay, since you admitted that, the last time I put a set of bars on my Yamaha, I was moving some things around, and I went and Googled like a 26 Yamaha to see the routing.
I did that.
Yeah, because I was like, this doesn't look right.
I definitely searched KTM front end handlebar front view.
I did have it right, but when I looked at it, I was like, it doesn't look right.
Yeah.
But so I'm with you, man. There's a lot of crap on those freaking handlebars.
Yeah, there is.
There's a lot of stuff.
I did realize that, like, because I never really, but another way that I'm illiterate when it comes to moto is, like, I've always said this to you, like, I wouldn't know a good setup if it bit me in the rear end. Sure. Like, I just ride what's there. Like, I don't know if it's good, bad. Like, and maybe I can kind of tell a little bit, but, like, I was just rode the bike like how I bought it and how I was getting it. And I think that the first person that owned the bike was really tall, and they had taller bars. And I always felt like I was kind of having to ride ape hangers a little bit.
Yeah.
But I went and I used, shout out to Renthal. I've mentioned it before. I used their guide to figure out what bars I wanted. And I went with the McGrath bend, which is the stock KTM. It's
called Works Fit, just so you know.
Works Fit
guide. Yep.
Okay, the Works Fit guide. Fit. Yep. I used the McGrath bend, which is the stock KTM bend. And I'm like, when I pulled the other ones off, I compared them. And then the ones I had on there were like twice as tall as these new ones. And so I definitely think it's going to make a huge difference because I sat on it like, it actually feels like normal. Yeah. Like I don't feel like I'm up here.
Ape hangers. I like it.
So I'm excited to maybe eventually get my bike running and try them.
I have some 661s that came in.
Oh, nice. You actually got some.
I haven't tried them yet. So I'm kind of waiting to redo the bike fresh for Loretta's. Mm-hmm. So the first time I run them might be in practice.
Yeah, take the other ones in case you don't like something.
Yeah, I will. I'll have everything ready. I may ride the bike once before then, but I want to I got to put the new plastic on, the new graphics.
You can put all the bars and stuff and save the plastic for day one.
But, okay, so the Renthal giveaway. Paul Parabinos was nice enough he said, hey, man, let's give away a chain drive set. So chain and sprockets, front and rear, for one of our listeners. Chains are very expensive right now because of tariffs. So I feel like this is a really good opportunity for somebody to get a great prize. So what I want you to do is use that email, motoxpodshow@gmail.com. Say it again, motoxpodshow@gmail.com. I want you to tell me, growing up, when you first got into moto, who your favorite rider was that you first gravitated to and why. Like for me, Guy Cooper. Love Guy Cooper just because he'd jump anything. And
he was insane.
I didn't know a lot about the sport. I just knew this dude was jumping things that nobody else was jumping. I thought it was so cool. So I want your story. It can be short, just like mine just was.
and we will pick a random winner inside the continental U.S. If you're outside, if you're in Hawaii, Alaska, or another country, I'm sorry, you're out. So hit us up. We'll do that next week. On next week's show, we'll pick a winner. And, yeah, it's a really, really cool opportunity. Cool. So thanks to Paul for doing that. I need to get Chris
not ponypod@gmail.com. MotoXPodShow@gmail.com.
Yes. The other,
send it to Ponypod, man. I don't know what happened.
The other option is you can go to MotoXpod.com, the website, and click on the contact form. It all goes to the same place.
Yes.
So, but that also seems to get confusing. Some people.
Contact form MotoXpod.com.
It's pretty simple. Do you have a Cherubies in front of you? Can you do that one?
I can.
And I will work on getting Chris from FCP on.
From the factory to the from the factory floor to the finish line, this is a Cherubies. For over 40 years, we have shaped the look, feel, and protection of motocross. Every curve, every vent, every color was engineered for riders who push the limits. At Cherubies, plastics and accessories are built for durability, tested in the harshest conditions, and trusted by champions worldwide. Whether you're lining up at the gate or chasing your next ride, a Cherubies gives you your bike the identity it deserves. A Cherubies is innovation, protection, and performance. Visit a CherubieSUSA.com. Get yours today. Everybody knows it's the best. It lines up perfectly. Go get some.
What is your favorite a Cherubies part that you've ever used? Do you know? Is there something particular? Huh? I mean, obviously a plastic kit is the most common, but have you used any other stuff like hand guards, skid plates?
I do have in a Cherubies. Would you say guard?
Hand guards?
No, the skid plates.
Skid plate, yeah.
I do have in a Cherubies skid plate. I do like that. It's fairly easy to take on and off. I think, and I've answered this. I've used this before, but the replaceable chain guide.
Yeah, that's that. Outside of a plastic kit and handguards from a Cherubies, those things are fantastic.
Yep.
Brian Fullerton sent me one of those for the Yamaha, so that's on there. But a Cherubies, a great company, supporting the show for a long time. All right, our next guest of the night is on the line. He's going to be brought to you tonight by Yamaha Motor USA. You already know legends are born at Yamaha. Chad Reed, Damon Bradshaw, on and on and on. Doug Dubach, and we love Yamaha supporting this show. I love my YZ250F, and something that I love about my YZ250F is my new factory chassis parts engine hangers. Our buddy Chris, who's on the line, I'm about to introduce him, sent me a set. I was very skeptical whether I, with my limited talent, would notice a difference, and man, did I ever. But on the line from factory chassis parts, Kris Coan-Palm. What's up, Chris?
Hey, how you guys doing?
Doing good, man. How are you? How's California weather?
It's boiling hot right now.
What's boiling hot to you guys?
I mean, when I got in my car, it said it was 100 degrees. So that's kind of hot, and we, I think today's like maybe the second day. It was pretty nice, like the week before, and now it's like starting to ramp up. So yeah, we're as always, we're not prepared.
Yeah. We're getting to like mid to high 90s, but the humidity's been a little off the charts at times. So
yeah, the real feel will be like 106, 105.
Yeah. So yeah, it's definitely that time of year, man. It's time to get out, go do a little moto in the morning, and then jump in a pool somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, that sounds like it's time.
Absolutely. Well, Chris, this is the first time you've been on the show. You've obviously been a Pulp MX, and you've supported Chris Kiefer and Steve Mathis, and we've heard a lot about your products, and I do appreciate you being kind enough to send me some engine hangers for my 26 Yamaha YZ250F. But I want to get a little bit of your background for those on our show that maybe haven't heard a little bit about you. You've got an engineering background and a moto background, correct?
Yeah, I mean, backyard engineering. I can't claim that I got a degree or anything.
Oh,
so
okay.
No.
I actually thought that you. I guess I thought you had one. So how do you figure this out to begin with? Then how do you figure out like to make engine hangers, to make race cups? How do you figure that out? Just a backyard engineering degree.
Well, so my story is that I'm born and raised in Sweden, and I moved here when I was 20 years old to race, dirt bikes. And I did a bunch of amateur stuff, and I made it up to pro, but I obviously wasn't that good since you guys probably never had heard of me. But being here in SoCal, I did some testing for a different couple of magazines, like, Motocross Action and Dirt Bike Magazine. So I've been around, and obviously just had a huge passion for dirt bikes and motocross in general. But, as far as what I do for a living right now, like, I started factory chassis parts, and, again, just being around and seeing different parts and getting to test a couple of cool parts, kind of sparked my interest a little bit. And then, I'm not an engineer, but I have engineers working for me. So I kind of come up with the, the backyard, idea. And then I ask my engineer, like, hey, how can we make this work so people actually use it and understand how it works? So that's basically how it goes.
So when you're deciding to go, or how do you start the company to begin with? Let's start with that. Like, how do you have to have somebody that can do machine work. You have to have equipment. You have to have, kind of need to have engineers. So early on in the beginning days, what did FCP look like, say, the first 6 months?
Oh, it was basically me out of my apartment at the time. And luckily I ran into an engineer that worked for a street bike, kind of Harley Davidson company, aftermarket brand. And he was my engineer, and he helped me a bunch with, kind of sourcing, like a machine shop that they were using. Gotcha. And obviously he was the engineer, so he was helping with the drawings. I would just provide, basically the idea, and then he would make it, reality, basically. So that was the first couple of months of FCP.
So that type of work really fascinates me, because I have zero engineering knowledge. So like when I think about, like, let's take the 26 Yamaha, for instance. You get that bike and you ride it and you go, maybe somebody goes, oh yeah, okay, it feels a little stiff. Like I wouldn't know what to do next. Like, how do you know, let's take these engine hangers and let's change this particular thing about them. They're thicker, different material, different shape. Like I wouldn't even know where to begin. It's just fascinating that somebody can wrap their brain around how that works.
Well, and that's I'm sure that's with anything. I mean, I can't look at an exhaust pipe and know what, how to make it better.
Yeah.
But when it comes to chassis, again, just with having ridden a bunch and raced, and then obviously tested some other parts for some magazines and whatnot, it's been, you kind of get a hang of what the OEMs are going with, and like you're saying, like, for instance, like a Yamaha, they've been using steel engine mounts here for quite a while. They used to be aluminum, but they've been kind of going over to steel, and obviously steel has a certain feel. But what we do is, I do a lot of titanium, which also has a certain feel. And that's, if you're a racer, you might have switched out your pinch bolts on the triple clamps or, fork lugs and whatnot, and gone from, I think everyone knows that, race teams use a lot of titanium. Granted, that's a lot of it is for weight, but some of it also is for how they flex, how they feel. So just starting off with changing a front engine mount from aluminum or steel to titanium will have a certain feel. And then, as far as our R&D goes, I'll make a couple of different ones, thin one, go up 0.5 millimeter, 2 mil or 1 millimeter at a time, and see how stiff we can make the front engine mounts. Because in general, just like how you kind of want a stiff fork for motocross. I mean, the first bump you hit is typically with your front wheel. So making the front of the chassis a little bit stiffer seems to be working very well as far as bump impact and just stability in general. So that's kind of how we start.
When you start on a new product model, how much product loss is there? Like you say, going through multiple iterations of a engine hanger or a cup. Like you might build something that didn't work and you just got to throw it away.
Well, I've gotten a little bit smarter with that. That's how we started. Yeah, like I would make maybe 5 different ones and go, oh wow, that didn't work. That didn't work. But now in R&D, we're doing, like, I have 1 millimeter shims, where I'll just stack them on top of each other and kind of get a ballpark idea of what works. So let's say, for instance, the new Yamaha, I think stock is a 5.5 millimeter plate on the 450. So I'll make maybe a 4 millimeter one, and then I just have a bunch of shims, and we just keep stacking them until I can't stack anymore, and kind of get a ballpark idea like that. But yeah, I mean, as in anything, I mean, you're spending a lot of time and a lot of money to make something work, as good as you can.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, seems to be working. We're definitely hearing the name of your company a lot more over the last few years.
Yeah, I mean, we've been involved with, like you're saying, different magazines and podcasts, and again, just race teams and whatnot. So it's been growing steadily. It's been pretty fun. And even, every once in a while, I got to kind of take a step back and kind of see what we've done so far, and be a little bit proud, because, like you're saying, it's people probably get to hear FCP a fair amount.
Yeah, for sure.
Speaking of a lot of time and money, we all know the amateur scene in this sport is quite enticing, crazy, however you want to describe it. Do you do a lot of stuff with the mini bikes? Do you got any good stories about some crazy mini bike parents? Is it harder to work on? Is it even possible? Or, do you do stuff with mini bikes?
Yeah, so so first off, yes, we do make parts for like the KTM 85 and Super Minis, and even the KX bikes. The problem I've found just in general is, when you test something, a lot of times I'll test it myself, and I will not ride a Super Mini. I'm a grown man. So finding like a good test rider that is, let's say 12 years old is a little bit difficult. So that's where you rely more on maybe data to try to build something that works. But that's what's nice about having relationships with a couple of the OEMs. Like, I will find out, hey, just in general, the Super Mini kids are extremely fast. So odds of them needing something that is stiffer than stock is great, where maybe like a 450 rider a lot of times will make some stuff that's softer, and that's the way to go about it. But the really fast Loretta Lynn's kids, I mean, they're breaking every single item on that bike. So a lot of times we'll make really stiff parts, and that seems to work the best, again, since they're kind of overriding the machinery.
Yeah. I just know how those moto parents are. If they can find something that can give them an edge in any kind of way, like, they're going to line up to try to get that.
Yeah, absolutely. And we had Joel. It's not Joe. Olhoff. What's his kid's name? Liam.
Joel Aloff.
Yeah. So Liam used a KTM Super Mini titanium engine hanger when he won his Loretta's championship on the Super Mini. And then we even had some Team Green kids run our parts, maybe a little bit under the radar, but not really any drama as far as, somebody calling me and yelling in my ear saying that, hey, we need 15 of these or something like that. Luckily, I don't get those phone calls. It's more, hey, we're running into this issue and can you help us? And then obviously I do my best.
When it comes to your general consumer, are the vet guys kind of your biggest clientele? Guys like myself, like Chris Kiefer?
I think so. I mean, we sponsor a bunch of race teams. I get, the privateers and even some top level racers will request parts, since that's more the people that know how to set up bikes, I guess. But I do believe every year I go to World Vet at Glen Helen, and there's basically a line down the like from our easy up all the way down to the gate of people wanting to buy our parts. So we do sell a fair amount to the vets, to the recreational rider or whatever you want to call them. So it's pretty neat that again, the average Joe, I guess, can get a factory level item. So
yeah, and like I said in the little intro, is you sent these things to me, and I was definitely skeptical that I would notice, because I don't feel like I have a lot of talent. I don't feel like I have a lot of feel. I go out and I ride a track, and I'm like, 15 minutes later, well, the track's changed, so I don't know if it was because I changed my suspension or the track just changed. But what I did is I took your hangers to a track that I ride at all the time, and I rode, I think I did like 15 minutes, and I came in and I changed them at the track. And as soon as I went back out, there was a particular left-hand corner where when I went in, it was a little bit ruddy. The back end was just kind of bouncing around, and it did before I put your hangers on. And the bike was a little unsettled. I put them on, and every time I went in the corner, the bike just settled into the rut. It didn't bounce around. And I think I called Chris Kiefer. They're both Chris with the K, by the way.
Yeah.
And I was like, holy shit. Like, I felt that. And he was like, good deal, man.
Dude.
But I was just blown away that a product like that really did make a difference for a guy like me. You hear these guys like Chris talk about a half pound of PSI in the tire he can feel, or a 1 pound of torque difference on a bolt. I'm like, yeah, you're full of shit. But I don't know about all that, but I know I'd notice a difference with your product.
Yeah, and I mean, I think if you notice too, the front engine mounts on the YZ250F, like they're really thin stock, and then ours are, I mean, really, really thick, and you got to have a different size bolts to even get the right fitment. So I'm not surprised you felt it, but you kind of back to, like you're saying, how this got started. I remember going to the local tracks and kind of telling people like, hey, I have this engine mount, and it'll fit your bike. I'll tell you what, I'll put it on, you can try it, and if you like it, you'll buy it, right? Yeah. Obviously, if it's hey, you put it on, and if I hate it, you can take it off. That's kind of how I started, like, selling the parts. And probably 9 times out of 10, the rider would go, oh yeah, don't take this off. So I think my biggest hurdle when we started was, I mean, the parts I think look pretty cool. The colors and everything, it looks cool. So people just assume it's bling. And then they also look at it like, that's a bracket. Like, how much is that bracket going to do? But it actually has a fair amount to do with the structure of the frame. So you start changing the thicknesses of the materials and, like the design, it's actually going to do a great deal of difference. So, I'm happy to hear that you liked it and you felt the difference. And I think a lot of people do. So that was great.
Yeah, I appreciate you. Thank you for that. Cause you're not technically an advertiser on our show. You did it just to be nice and give me help. And, and it made a difference. So thank you very much for that. It's much, much appreciated.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you guys are doing a good job, and you were at Vital, and I still do stuff with Vital. So maybe simply, I didn't get a chance to deal with you when you're over there. So I figured, hey, let's do something and support, every which way I can. So hopefully, hopefully Loretta's, I think I heard you want to be top 35, but maybe let's aim a little higher, bro.
Well, I know.
Have you seen him ride?
I know where Fireman Dave, Kiefer's buddy, finished 2 years ago, and I know about how I am against him. And I'm just being realistic, Chris. He's
jersey reading.
I'm being realistic, man. And I do have some plans. I know I'm going to get lapped by Kris, but I'm going to try to make it tough for him to go by.
Even if he's battling Ezra?
Yeah, I don't give a shit.
You should help. You should make it harder on Ezra.
No, man. I'll try to get in Ezra's way too.
You're gonna pull the Benny Bloss.
Indo on the right. Yeah. Go ahead, Scotty. Sorry,
Kris. When it comes to production, essentially you're a manufacturing company, and this sport is so niche. When it comes to that aspect of running a manufacturing business in a niche sport like this, what are some of the challenges or obstacles that you face that the common person wouldn't even think of?
I mean, when COVID hit, it was really hard to source material, but honestly, it's just the kind of when to say enough is enough, because you can keep, like, with the whole R&D and trying to make parts better. At some point you got to say, okay, this is plenty, like, I'm not going to keep going and spending a bunch of money and time just to make something maybe 1% better. So I would say that's probably the biggest hurdle. But at the same time, like, I think that's like in any business. I don't think there's anything too crazy or different, but from running, like you're saying, a brand that's in a niche sport in a way and a niche product. So I think it's all about the same.
I wasn't sure if there was like any, regulations, whether it's OSHA or anything else, or like the cost of certain manufacturing equipment can be like something that's hard to outweigh, something like that.
No, I think if anything, running a business in California is probably a lot harder than people realize.
Yeah, I would imagine
that's the biggest hurdle. So that's maybe the biggest bummer. But at the same time, it's not humid. So
right. So what's new? What's coming new from SCP? I know it wasn't that long ago the race cups came out, and that was a game changer for a lot of people and a lot of bikes. What's next?
Well, we started making some, basically FCP started with being a kind of like chassis rigidity company, right? We're changing the way the frame flexes, and it has to do with how rigid, the frames are. And now we're kind of playing a little bit more with geometry. So changing, races or race cups, like we call it, was the latest thing. And I'm kind of doing a couple of things with some swing arm pivots for Triumph.
Cool.
And that's a little bit same back to changing how much like a swing arm will flex, or just the stiffness of the frame. And I guess the Triumphs are fairly soft just in general. So we've made some really stiff parts that actually makes the bike plusher. Go figure. So,
Makes sense.
but that's something that I'm actually wanting to explore a little bit more. With like the Honda bikes and the Yamahas, I've been doing a little bit of R&D with some race teams. So there's definitely some different swing arm pivot material and like sizes coming out. And that's probably the latest thing. And then of course, like there's always parts I'm thinking of and I'm making for a couple of race teams and whatnot. But it might be a year or two until it's something I'm willing to release. But always working on ideas.
Love it. I love it. Anything else before we let you go? Anything else you want to talk about?
No, I think that's plenty. I mean, FCP, we're making cool parts. As far as the race cups that we didn't really touch on a whole lot, is a pretty interesting product that I think we're the only ones making it. So it'll change wheelbase, which is kind of a big deal, and all the OEMs are making longer wheelbase bikes next year. So I feel like maybe they're I don't want to say we're leading the way because that's ridiculous, but we're definitely going the same direction as the OEMs are trying to do. So
Yeah.
I think that's basically it. I'm happy you like the parts. I'm excited to see how you do at Loretta's. I mean, that's what, like a week or two away?
No, I think it's 4 weeks. Hopefully, I hope it's not a week away because I am not prepared. But no, it's August 8th or 3rd through the 8th. So yeah, about a month, about 4 weeks.
And do you have your number yet?
75. Yeah,
75.
Yeah, I didn't actually talk about. We haven't got to that
You
yet.
couldn't get 33 or something?
So registration was supposed to start at noon our time. So I was ready, man. I noon, I logged in, website wasn't working. MX Sports website wasn't working. I tried I kept refreshing, or it didn't work. Finally called. She's like, yeah, we know the website. It's going to be a little bit, sometime today. So they were having problems. So I waited like 30 minutes and I went back. You go through your class, you pick your class, and then they give you this little box and you put 3 numbers in that you would like. And I said 33. I picked 11 because Chiz is still my favorite rider. And then 75 because I was born in 75. Well, 33 wasn't available. And you can click another box and see what numbers are available. The only number that was not available was 33 and 11. I was like, all right, well, I guess I'm going 75. So I took 75.
Okay.
Yep. So whatever D-bag took 33 before I got it, we're going to have words at Loretta's. But, yeah.
I mean, is there any chance that Grant took it? Jesus.
I don't think Grant's 50 plus.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to be 50
probably
plus.
Not. Okay, never mind. Sorry.
No, it's fine,
75.
though. I'll take 75. I've already told Decal Works and FXR.
It's going to be weird seeing 75.
Yeah, it will. But
75 on a Yamaha, isn't that Josh Hill?
Josh Hill, yeah, man. Yep, got a lot. Yep, so that's what we'll be running. Before you go, though, you sent us a care package, a box of hats and socks and T-shirts. So let's do a casual FCP giveaway to a random emailer. Hit us up. Same one we gave you a little bit ago, motoxpodshow@gmail.com, or you can click the contact form on motoxpod.com and send us some emails, and we will pick a random email in the U.S., continental U.S., for a FCP hat, socks, and shirt. And dude, the socks are the best socks I've ever worn. I love these socks. They feel so good. They're slick. They just make you feel awesome. They're way better than the Fly Racing socks that Tay Bill in Australia didn't ever get forever, Scotty.
Apparently he hasn't got his hat either, so they're making a big deal about that too.
Oh, what a bummer.
That's a long story, Chris. Long story, man.
Well, Australia's far away. I mean, we ship there all the time, but yeah, you ship one little box, and God, if you get hit with the, they have like the surcharge, if it's like a remote area surcharge.
Yeah.
Sometimes we'll have to pay like another $75 on top of, the shipping fees.
Yeah,
it kind of sucks.
It cost me like $70. It cost me like $70 to send this hat over there, which was fine. But then he's a regular listener, Tay Bill, and he gave me the address of his other house, not the house he lives at. And he was supposed to get with the postal service over there. And then I said, hey, I'll send you another one. And at that point I did drop the ball. So the second time I did forget. Breaking news. Tay, email me again. I will do it this week. I will send you another freaking hat. Jesus.
You opened up a can of worms, Chris.
But yeah, so if you want the FCP hat, T-shirt, and socks, and you live in the continental U.S., send us an email. We will pick a random winner. We'll announce it next week. But Chris, thanks so much, man. Thanks for all the support and the love and the products and everything you've done, man. It was really cool. I met you, I think, at Glen Helen with Chris, I don't know, a year ago or so. And yeah, you're really, really good dude, nice guy, and I appreciate you, man. It means a lot.
No, thanks for having me. I appreciate you guys too. So have a good show, and thanks for having me.
All right, Chris, have a good night. Yeah, and next time you see Kiefer, give him a little elbow in the gut if you see him before Loretta's.
We need some cracked ribs.
Yeah.
I'll do my best.
All right, Chris. Thanks, man.
Yeah, see ya.
We'll see ya. That is Kris Coan-Palm, owner of Factory Chassis Parts. If you're on YouTube, the hat, with the hat out, these socks really are bitching. They feel like the material is just kind of a slick, cool material. They feel so good.
Nice.
Which I probably have a couple extra if you want a pair.
I will take them.
But yes, Tay, I did forget.
That was brought up earlier.
Huh?
That was brought up earlier.
Yeah, I think I did tell him, like, hey, send me another message.
Tay's not even in here. It was somebody else bringing it up.
I'm not even sure that I actually ever got that message. Like, I told him, send me your address again. And maybe he did it on Discord. He might have done it on Discord. I haven't been on Discord in a long time.
So you get mad at me for not involving myself on Discord, but you don't do it the same?
Life's been tough, man.
Everybody's
we'll send
tough,
him
is what you always say.
$70 hat.
Jeez. Tay's worth it. Tay's the guy.
Tay is worth it. Okay. T-Bolt USA top 5.
Sometimes you just want to cut loose with your buddies and shred your Yamaha TTR 110, Honda CRF 110, or CRF 50. You might even have a KLX 110 or 140, or even an older vintage Honda C50 or CT70. Excuse me. Regardless of what pit bike you may have, T-Bolt USA's warehouse has you covered on pit bike parts and accessories. You can find BBR and Pro Taper handlebar kits, D&M shocks, or even full bikes from YCF, Pitster Pro, and Piranha. T-Bolt USA is fully stocked to meet your needs. Visit tboltusa.com, order your parts, and go bang some bars with your buddies.
Absolutely. All right, this week's T-Bolt USA top 5. You sent this suggestion in our group text, Scotty. You said top 5 war movies.
Yeah.
And again,
it's 4th of July, Independence.
All those contact forms and ideas we've sent you. You guys can send top 5 suggestions, and we'll probably do them because we're scrounging every week to come up with something different. So, and some of you have sent some in that we're going to do soon. We just want to have TJ in at the same time. But
you seemed the way the text message was put, it was very adamant that I come up that I.
I think I just said top 5 suggestions.
I think it was a little more aggressive than that.
Come on, man. I've never.
It was to me the way I wrote it was like Scott top 5.
I put your name because you were going to be in studio.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the other guys.
That's not how I read it.
Oh, you know what? Before we do this real quick, shout out. We should have done this at the beginning. Austin Faulkner announced his retirement. Big fan of Austin. Feel like we're sort of friends. He was probably. I think he was
always a good
second
interview.
Pro I ever interviewed at a race at Thunder Valley. I think I did Baggett first and then Austin. But yeah, man, I hope whatever he does next, I don't know what his plans are. I just hope it goes well and wish him all the best.
Unfortunately, it didn't seem like. I mean, I guess kudos to him for like making that realization and not getting hurt again.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Felt like that was coming for a while, right? He's talked about not wanting to get hurt again. It's on his mind. It's time.
Yeah, it's tough. Because, I mean, he's definitely going to go on the list of guys that unfortunately never reached their full potential. I mean, he should undoubtedly have at least a couple of 250 championships.
I agree.
I mean, he had a couple.
Yeah.
Tough.
All right. You want to do your top 5 first, or you want me to go first?
You go first.
Okay.
Because you completely, go ahead.
Because of what I said in the text? Yeah. Oh, well, I said the most obvious one is Star Wars.
Yeah, I mean, it's technically
not
war.
Really what you said.
Or like
really
War of the Worlds and stuff like that. I meant like.
Oh, and I said World War Z. Yeah. I just started naming movies with the word war in it. Yeah. And you're like, that's not really what I was going for. I was like, but it literally is called Star Wars.
You can put that in there.
So that is my number 1.
Star Wars.
Okay. But after that, I tried to go more on what you were asking for. Inglourious Bastards. Okay. Do you count that?
Yep.
I don't feel like you do.
No,
okay. All right.
Stay tuned.
The Great Escape.
I don't know what that is.
Wow. Man, it's one of the greatest war movies of all time, obviously. Full Metal Jacket. Actually, no, I took Full Metal Jacket off for Platoon. And then 300.
Okay.
It's not American, it's not like it's what the Spartans versus Persians or whatever, but is that 5? I think that's 5.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's 5. I had like Pearl Harbor as an honorable mention. I thought that was a pretty good movie.
Yeah.
And I lived at Pearl Harbor, and so it's sort of, when they showed some of the scenes, I was like, oh yeah, that kind of like, there was actually, when I lived there were still bullet holes in a lot of the buildings. They just left them.
Wow.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
All right, that's my top 5.
So I had one. Would you count The Gladiator?
Yeah. I didn't write it down, but it was one I thought about.
Okay, because
I feel like that's similar to 300. I mean, it's
not really. I mean, it starts off as like it's got war scenes.
It's not really a war movie, but I considered it, so I'll get. I'll put
Gladiator. Number 4 was Tropic Thunder.
Okay. Never even thought about that one.
Yeah, it's a war movie.
Sure. Then Star Wars definitely gets to go.
Yeah, okay. I didn't say you couldn't. I mean, technically you're right.
What
it's a
you
war.
said it wasn't what you were thinking. So.
No, I was thinking of like actual like combat war movies, but I mean, Tropic Thunder is like, I don't know. You're right.
Okay.
I'm thinking of like guys in like military, which Tropic Thunder technically is.
Okay.
But you're right. It's a war in space.
Yeah.
You're right.
World War Z is a war against zombies.
Yeah, true.
But
anyway. I wouldn't have never not counted those.
Okay.
Number 3 is Inglourious Bastards. That definitely counts as a war movie. It's one of my favorites.
Yep.
Number 2 is The Patriot.
Okay. I actually have never seen that, but
I watch it almost probably once a year.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, since it was kind of around this time, I watched it. And another movie I watch probably almost once a year is my number 1, Saving Private Ryan.
Okay. I figured that might be on there. Like Black Hawk Down's a good one.
Yeah, I thought about putting Black Hawk Down in there, but I just haven't seen it in so long, so I put more ones that I've seen.
I told you I had Full Metal Jacket and I took it off, but to me the best part of Full Metal Jacket is when they're at boot camp, the first half of the movie. Once they go to war, to Vietnam, it's like it's not that great. It's okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, the beginning of the movie is the best part for me. But anyway, So MotoXpodshow@gmail.com or contact form and let us know your top 5 war movies. And then give us a suggestion for next week. If you get it in before the show next week, we probably will use it. Because usually I usually throw the question out on Tuesday to our MotoXpod group chat. So if you get it in, we'll probably use it.
Yep.
ETS,
we will take it.
ETS Racing Fuels Pick 1. ETS Racing Fuels was forged from the heat of competition nearly 30 years ago, developing purpose-engineered fuel for high-profile teams in highly competitive series. We have been the power behind many podium wins ever since. They're going to be the power behind, hopefully, a top 35 at Loretta's. Used by factory KTM, factory HRC Honda, Rockstar Husqvarna, and many more. Also, if there's anybody in SoCal driving to Loretta's that can bring me my 3 barrels of the 3-gallon cans of
Kris can
ETS, he'll be in Georgia.
Oh.
And yeah, so if anybody's driving out and has room for some cans of ETS,
Dark needs to hook up with
I'm getting really low on fuel. And
fuel, man.
He's not gonna ship it.
Yeah, so it's gonna be god awful amounts of money.
Yeah, and he doesn't really have anything going that way for that race for some reason. So anyway, if somebody's driving out and I can coordinate with, I'll give you a little bit of money for bringing it if I need to.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, like
$5,
like
a barrel,
and
like a barrel of fuel.
Hat?
An FC $5 an FCP hat.
Yeah, let me know, man. Hit me
I'll get you a McMuffin too.
DM me on Instagram or email us or something. But yeah, I really need my fuel. But it's starting to look like the only way I'm going to get it is if I drive to California at Anaheim, or something. So
yeah, hopefully maybe you'll get somebody to.
Yeah, or maybe Chase will be taking a load out to California or something. But
yeah, that'd be good.
If anybody's coming to Loretta's, let me know, please. Okay, ETS Racing Fuels, pick 1. This is kind of going back to some things we're doing a couple weeks ago, but would you rather know the painful truth about something or be blissfully ignorant? So
what?
it could be almost anything, but okay, when we talk about things going on in the government and the world, I'm kind of like, yeah, ignorant. Let me bury my head in sand. I'm just living my life. But I'm thinking more like something going on with your health, or maybe your chick isn't faithful or whatever. Something like that could be really detrimental to your emotional, physical well-being.
Yeah.
Would you rather be blissfully ignorant or know the truth?
Yeah, ignorance is bliss.
Kind of with you.
I mean, I want to know, but like, if I don't have to know, I'm cool with that too.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm kind of with you.
Yeah. No, like, and when it comes to like all the stuff you mentioned about the government stuff, I know, man. I already know the truth. I already know the painful truth. So
yeah, I know aliens exist.
Yeah, we already know
we're in the Matrix.
Yeah, we're already good. Yeah,
but I don't care. Just leave me alone.
Steak tastes good, right? Steak tastes good, right?
Concerts, and I'm happy. That's really all I need, and hang out with my family
and eat steak. I would say steak tastes good, right?
Man, so I got for Father's Day, I got a gift certificate for Bubba's, which is my favorite chain restaurant. We talked about, I think, and I haven't gone yet. I want to go.
We went to Bubba's a week or two ago, and I was really hungry, and I was, I know you told me that the steak was really good, and I was like, I always get the Monte Cristos there.
Yep, it's really good there too.
I know
lasagna's really good there.
Yeah, and I was like, it's cheaper. I know I'm gonna like it, but I was like, they had the steak, and they had an option where you could put like this blue cheese sauce on it, which I love blue cheese on
the steak.
Yeah, it's like a blue cheese, like a covered thing.
They also bring you like this. I don't know what they call it, but it's like the juice from the meat or something. It's
cool.
Kind of anyway,
almost like an au jus, some kind of thing.
Maybe. I don't know what it's called, but yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, go ahead.
Bone marrow or what? Something.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
Bone marrow.
Yeah.
And I almost just did it, and I kind of wish I had, but I went to my Old Faithful.
Gotcha.
No, I'll get it next time.
I don't blame you. It's tough. When I go there, I struggle because I do like the steak, and I'm like, I've said I want to try the Monte Cristo again.
Cristo.
What did I say? Crisco?
Yeah.
Did I say that? Oh, yeah. I know what it is. I've seen, but I don't know why.
Monte
I said
Crisco, like this, like the butter.
Yeah. And there's like a insane clown posse rap. It's like the Count of Monte Cristo, Jack and Jerry Briscoe. Anyway.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, Amber got that sandwich one time and gave me a bite of it, and it was
especially with the raspberry jam.
Yes, it was unreal how good it was.
Yeah.
But every time I go there, I'm like, do I want to chance it again? Like maybe it was my imagination. When I do like their steak, I do like their lasagna. I do like their burgers. Yeah. Apparently, their pizza's really good.
Pizza is really good.
Like as far as chain restaurants, I think Bubba's 33.
Yeah, I don't know where. I don't know if listeners out there, if y'all have one of yours.
Yeah,
it's
owned
a
by
product Texas Roadhouse, and it's kind of funny. Like it ends up being like one of the two places that we go out to eat the most are Roadhouse and Bubba's.
Yeah, I do Bubba's and McAllister's. Those are kind of my two favorites.
Oh, McAllister's all right.
Or a good Mexican restaurant.
Yeah, Mexican food.
What I consider to be a good Mexican restaurant.
But anyways, I would, just keep me ignorant as bliss.
Okay. Yeah, me too. All right, FXR Picks for Southwick. FXR is designed by racers for racers with industry-leading fit, finish, and performance. Progression is the name of the game with every new piece created, and at FXR, we push our brand to the next level to provide you with the best products possible. Used by Malcolm Stewart, Garrett Marchbanks, Mike Brown, Brock Tickle, Chris Kiefer, and me. FXR's core motor roots, so visit FXR Racing or go to your local dealership to see all they have to offer. Okay, so first things first. Last show, we told everybody to send in their picks, and we got a bunch. So reach in there and grab one. And
I'm not looking.
Okay.
The winner is Brian Ehrman.
Ehrman. He sends a lot of emails in. He's a good listener.
And he said Levi, Shimoda, Juju.
Okay. So we agreed that you didn't have to get it right this time.
Right, but I just figured I'd read them. It's on the paper.
Yep, that's why I put it on there.
So Brian, good job, man. Yep. You got to...
Oh, sorry. I thought you... Send me an email with your address. Go to fxrracing.com, pick out a hat, and send me
Have we verified that he's in the continental U.S.?
Well, if he's not, then obviously he sends me the address, he's going to be out. But yes. Go to fxrracing.com, pick out a hat, send me the SKU number, pick out a T-shirt, send me the SKU number with the right size and your address, and I will get you taken care of. me have that back. So I keep on. I'll hold on to that.
Mm-hmm.
So thanks to everybody that played. So we've got a new contest going with Renthal. We have an SCP contest going. And what are your picks for?
Just giving it away, man.
Stuff away. Give me your picks for the 450 class at Southwick in the sand.
Hunter.
Okay.
Lucas.
Okay. I think our picks are going to be exactly the same.
Then I'll throw a wrench in it. Deegs.
Okay. I thought you were going to say Prado.
I was going to say Jet, but
that's who I have third. So those are the picks. Yeah. Yeah. That's what I'm going. Hunter, Lucas, Jet. It's mine.
I think the way Hayden's been riding the 450, I think it will actually like kind of work at Southwick. So we'll see. He needs a good podium.
Yeah. Do you really believe he can?
Do I really believe Jet will be off the podium? No, I don't. But
Yeah. You're just trying to be different.
Yeah. But I think Coonan, because I think Hunter's better than Jet right now. Like you said, we just saw it.
Best in the world.
Yeah, right now on Wednesday at 8:45 p.m. Central. Yeah, Hunter's the best. But I think Lucas is going to be really good. And if Jet's not on his game, 100%, and I think the way the track's going to form is going to be tough for the recovering ankle injury.
Yep.
And I think Hunter still has the edge on Lucas because he's been in the U.S. longer. He's more adapted to his bike, so that's why I picked Hunter number 1. But I think Lucas is going to be really close, and I just don't know if Jet's going to be in the longevity-wise at a track like Southwick to be able to do it. So that's why I kind of threw Hayden in there.
Legitimately, you picked Hayden to be third just for this, for the FXR Picks reason only. It's not what you really believe. Do you really believe he can beat Prado?
I mean, I think he should be third every weekend.
Okay.
I mean, he's been close.
Yeah.
I mean, he got third in that last moto.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think he should be. I think he can beat Prado.
All right. Well, that is our show for this week. We'll be back next week for show 404. I want to thank Racetech and Yamaha Motor USA for being the title sponsors. I want to thank Guts Racing, X-Brand Goggles, FXR, ETS Racing Fuels, T-Boat USA, Grill Your Ass Off, Renthal, Cherby's. I want to thank Garrett Marchbanks, Davey Coombs, and Kris Coan-Palm, FCP, all the people that helped me out on the side, off the show. Thank you so much. Loretta's going to be here before we know it. Go check out Start Your Systems and watch the sim races going on now. Other than that, be back next week. That's it for you? You good?
Yeah.
All right, we're out.
You're welcome, too. Thanks.